We get the bark incoming in like. Sorry.
Well, yeah, difficulties again.
What?
We're waiting for it. We're waiting for it. We're waiting for it.
I know it hasn't happened yet. I think she's waiting for that third sneeze to come out. Oh wait, here it comes.
Oh.
What's going on with my damn camera?
I think I'm on a planet service, so I'm getting 2 frames a second.
Oh man, we need to. Oh, so that was. Do your intro. We got stuff we got shit to talk about.
We do.
Get the intro done.
We do have shit to talk about. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Deep Space Transmissions and Elite Dangerous, the show in which we take you to the outermost reaches of the Milky Way galaxy. I'm your host, Commander VG Punks. With me, as always, Commanders Taylor, Saigon Jr., Nakona, who is an invisible Nakona, who is not. I should probably turn off his camera because it looks like he's not broadcasting to
No,
it.
I'm broadcasting. I'm just Commander Load Swirly right now.
Commander Load Swirly. Wait, hold on. We're reload swirling.
Landing gear.
Bob, did you give him a swirly?
Always, man.
It must
I might mail him one.
I don't think there's anyone in this group big enough to give me a swirly, with the possible exception of VG Punks himself.
we could give each other a swirly. It'd be like a swirly 69.
No.
Yeah, that's a horrible mental image right there.
Initiating. Vega online.
Vega, no, don't cut into my 69 joke. You can't do that.
Did he say hasta la vista?
No, he was like Vega online. I'm like, no, stop that. Stop that.
Hello.
He was ready to get into that 69
There he is.
He was like, hey, I heard somebody said 69. I'm here.
Make the jump.
So we are definitely out in the outer reaches of the Milky Way galaxy. As a matter of fact, we're kind of on our way inward from the outer reaches right
Indeed
now.
we are. Indeed we are.
And we're actually the next waypoint in from our next one takes us very close to Sag A Star. So we could stop off at Sag A Star if we wanted to. Could be cool if we got Commander Nakona to meet us out there.
Actually, that would be interesting. We might be some of the first to actually get to explore inside since the release of Odyssey. I mean, not the first, but
wow. No, I'm just. But like, hold on. We could. I'm just. That kind of. I'm a little bit broken at the moment because, like, man, that's a trip. We made this. We made the thing. We done the duns, and then we're gonna be back at the Sagittarius A Star. That's huge.
So we'll be close, right? But there was another. I mean, the next waypoint, after this one actually technically takes us out to another spiral arm, but we could duck in and hit Sag A Star if we really wanted to,
and then head back out to the next waypoint. Is that what you're implying?
Or head to Colonia.
Actually, that could be interesting because, I mean, in terms of distance, Sag A Star is obviously closer to Colonia than the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
I could switch over to the Opus.
We could get Nakona to meet us out at Colonia.
Yeah.
Or Sag A Star.
Hey, 8-Bit. Welcome in.
Sis.
What? No warning
Sorry.
at all. What?
I know.
What? Really? I can't do it a second time. It's still
always two.
On.
There are.
No more.
More, no less.
Man. Always at least 2, but no more than 5.
3, sir.
How many? 3. 3. I feel like Monty Python jokes are gonna be a thing today. We're glad I'm for one. I'm glad you're here.
Well, you know what?
At least
Hold
you're
on.
bringing the
If
hotness to the stream.
I was gonna say, if we are gonna be making Monty Python jokes, I have to say that that'll be good because I can hobnob with the best of them.
No.
Well, that's our show, everybody. We'll see you next time on on Space
fired.
Ninja live stream. Happy fun time, Ninja Live.
No,
Ninja Sums.
no. Man, how much onion head have you had today?
How
Well,
you know?
Clearly too much if you're part of the part of the Empire or part of the Federation.
Never enough.
Yeah, I still can't plow the route to Colonia.
What?
What do you? What?
No, of course you can't. It's more than 20,000 light years away.
You'd have to plot to a waypoint and then plot out there.
Plot a route to Eagle's Landing.
Yeah, do Eagles.
I didn't know you
Landing.
couldn't plot more than 20,000.
Keep it saying I always bring in the yokes. Well, that's because I know how to crack them really well.
Oh, all right. I gotta give you that one. That was good.
Yeah, that. Yeah, good. Well done.
Yeah, you just have to be careful with walking on eggshells around me.
Hold up.
No. All right, that's it. You're done.
Eagle's Landing?
Eagle's Landing.
That got an apostrophe in it, or did they just leave that out?
Yeah, there's an apostrophe in it. Of course, there's an apostrophe in it.
I didn't know if there would be in this case.
I'm.
No.
Apit says these jokes are excellent.
Well, I mean, they should be. It takes them a little time to hatch.
I think we should. Let's make our way to Sag Star and then to Colonia. We'll meet Knack and then we'll make our way back from there. You know, Excelsior.
Excelsior!
Excelsior. I'm done.
And we'll get this over easy, right?
So yeah, we are hatching a plan right now.
Just be careful we don't get too close to the coop, right?
Just everybody just disregard BG. His brains are quite clearly scrambled.
My brains are just fine. We're just, there's this one and that one and that one and that one. I made the Onionhead. No, is that not how you? That should be like the hand gesture.
Say, I might just oppose that idea.
So no, but for real, are we doing this? Are we going?
You're the wing leader, man. Fucking make a decision.
If you want us to, he just navigates. That's where you want us to navigate to.
Before I make this decision, I want opinions. So we'll start with Bob. Your opinion?
8-Bit's opinion.
All right, 8-Bit. Let's go with your opinion first. What do you think? Our two options are to either continue to our current waypoint, which is about and then which is like getting really close to Sag Star, which is kind of like really close to Colonia, and then we could head home from there. Or we continue to this waypoint and then we continue home from here. The benefit of going out to Colonia is that we can meet Knack and actually sync up with him there. Maybe spend some more time in Colonia and then head home when we're ready.
So,
which I feel like at that point we would say mission complete at Colonia. That's our mission complete. Yeah? Do I agreement from the rest of the ninjas?
And the other thing that I would like about that is, not having to spend the 1.6 billion credits in order to transfer the Opus back from Colonia to the bubble.
That's good.
So can I point one more thing out?
Yeah, go, please. By all means, please.
So this, I'm in favor of this for one reason.
The suits.
We need to pop Knack's Colonia cherry.
Oh yeah.
I agree. 8-Bit apparently also agrees. Option B: get the crew together. we need togetherness.
Okay.
Outside of the 69 joke I made earlier, which is I'm pretty sure why 8-Bit's here.
What,
System map.
Lewd humor sense start tingling?
Yeah, pretty much.
She's my sister. I mean,
yeah.
I'm sitting there looking at this. To get to Eagle Sector IR-WD1-117 is 7,094 light years, or 160
sounds about right.
jump.
It's going to be a few jumps, but once you get to Colonia, it's going to be... it's just going to be different bubble time, you know?
So Eagle's Landing is one of the refueling and resupply stations that was built between the bubble and Colonia, right? So you can use that as a staging point, right? And it makes it easier to plot a course to Colonia.
I'm excited. I want to meet up with Knack and do things as a complete unit.
Well, I was gonna say.
I thought you were gonna say you wanted to do things to him off his cherry.
I mean, no. Not without his consent.
I'm just sitting here thinking.
I mean, y'all know you want some of them chicken wings.
Oh yeah, you know we need some of them Colonia Jacques Station chicken wings. What is this?
Yep.
Hold on, what? No, look at that. There's like a little boop. What is this little boop? Can we stop here on the way back? Like this
The
would
nebula?
Yeah, what is this?
I actually have that bookmark.
Oh, it's way far away, isn't it? It's not where I think it is it?
Oh, it's on the way.
Is it on the way?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get there,
this.
but it's being stupid.
Yeah, in order to do this, I need to re-equip my extra fuel tank, put my big fuel scoop back on, shield generator.
Get your big boy fuel scoop.
My what?
I said, get your big boy fuel scoop.
Yep.
Alright, whoever selected this track, rock the fuck on. Whoa. Are you seeing
Look
look at
the
this?
same. Even though it's the
swirl.
same 3 chords over and over again.
Hey, it's Dave. How you doing, Dave?
Hey, Dave.
Dave?
07.
Dave's not here.
We're planning out the bringing this expedition to completion. We are almost there. We've decided that I think we've pretty much unanimously decided.
Next cherry. I mean.
Yeah, we're bringing Knack out to Sagittarius A-star. We're cutting back in because, well, let me go back to my... This where nope, that's not where I'm at.
Just trying to decide whether I'm properly geared up enough for this, and I have a sufficient jump range, not stuck.
You got time.
No, you got time, man. We're gonna be a little while before we actually get there. Where am I? Here I am. Here I am, right here.
Timeline-wise, how long?
Like 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, long time, man.
Okay.
You could probably make it there within just doing the streams, TBH. Like we'll probably.
That's not the only time I get to play, to be honest with you.
Haha! I love the emotes that like fly up when y'all emote. That's awesome.
Plus, I have, as of late, I have other things that are sucking up my time as well.
We're doing good, Dave. It's been a stressful week for me and
Marriage.
But otherwise, you know, we're doing good. You know, we're still here. We're still plugging along. Like I said, we had about just a few more waypoints going around the side of the. Actually, I think only one, because I only see the one here. I could be wrong about that. I'm probably wrong about that. I think we had like 4 or something more, but we are going to divert at this point, head back to Sagittarius A-star, back to Colonia, call this trip complete. We're going to sync up with Knack there, spend some time in Colonia, teach Knack the ropes of Colonia, and you know, I mean, helping each other through that.
Ooh, it means
and then we'll head back to the
We got some new engineers to get to know out there.
Yeah, new engineers out there, so that'll be cool.
I'll get to actually bask inside.
I was gonna say, as long as no one gives me a swirly, we're good.
No, you're not. I promise I won't give you a swirly. I swear my fingers are not crossed.
He might do you a 69 though.
That might happen, yeah. Can't
say,
no promises on the 69, but the swirly probably not. That's gross, dude. That's how you get diseases.
You're like 2 inches taller than me, but I think I'm like 40 pounds heavier than you.
That just means you're not on top. I don't want to get crushed.
Initiating.
Shut the fuck up, Vega. Don't even start with that initiating. Because see, Just Dave says 69 or I'm out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm imagining that new lady from the new Resident Evil stuff.
Guys, we're
like if she were to meet her twin.
This is it. We're gonna do this. We're gonna complete our mission. Are you guys amped? Because I'm fucking amped. Like,
I mean, I was figuring we would probably go into next year to complete it, but
right?
Like getting a chance to really,
It's been so long. We've been out here isolated and alone, and
where are we going? Do I need to make my way to Sag A, or are y'all coming to Colonia?
Make your way to Jacques Station first.
Make your way to
that should be your first goal.
We will meet you there.
Actually, your first goal should be Eagle's Landing,
which is Colonia.
Wait, are we gonna have him meet us in Sag A, or are we gonna have him meet us in Colonia?
That's what I was asking.
We'll figure that out when we get a little closer.
Fair. All right. Ooh, Knack, what kind of ship are you gonna bring? Are you gonna bring your Conda?
It's the only thing I'd make it there, Ian.
You'd make it in your Conda.
That's not
for
true.
Sure.
I made it there in a freaking Type 7, so don't tell me about.
Okay, that's the only thing I would make it there in a reasonably decent time frame.
Anaconda.
There in a Type 7 in 2 weeks.
Anaconda.
Oh, let's see here. Let's see. Where? Shit.
I think she's taking. Could be wrong about that. 8-bit, are you still there? It's been 89 years. It has been a very long time. Your Anaconda, if you have a fully engineered FSD, we can talk about a build for it. That'll help you get out there. It's not fully
engineered. I've been working on it. I ran out of materials, and I haven't wanted to sit down and grind it.
I get that. Yeah, I material traded for the FSD personally because it's the FSD, man. Like, it doesn't matter what ship you're on. If you get an engineered increased jump range FSD, it's like best. It's like the best increase for quality of life.
Like I said, I got my Anaconda, I got a Dolphin, and I got a Type 9 Heavy.
Honda is love.
Oh
yeah.
That means also that Knack gets to get shown off the ultimate fast experience when I get to show him the Opus. I gotta message him to start getting the paint all nice and shiny and new now.
Incoming with Donna joke. 3,
right there.
2.
It's just like a little dot. It's so detailed though from this distance. Usually I'm just used to seeing like a little that's not very detailed. It's getting better. Still don't agree with the execution, but hey, fucking welcome to AAA development in fucking the 2020s. Like, nobody's gonna do it right. If you want a game done right, I feel like look at the indie developers. They're the ones doing the good things right now. The AAAs are really struggling, man.
Especially because a lot of the, well, I say a lot, but I mean, especially with what's going on with some big name companies, like you might want to stick with indie developers and help them out.
Yeah, like Blizzard.
Like Blizzard? Like wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Who?
You mean
what company?
Right?
You mean Blizzactizard?
Blizzactizard. Go, Blizzactizard! I choose you!
Where things have gotten so bad that the PR agent who they hired to sort of combat what's going to be coming from these like things as happening to them has pulled herself off of Twitter.
Wait, no. Engage Super Cruise. That's the one. I forgot all my commands!
Not an option.
What do you mean that's not an option? Fuck off. Am I still mass locked? Engage Super Cruise.
Engaging cruise.
There we go, okay. Yeah, fuck them 10,000% says 8-bit.
So, I feel like video game companies are the ultimate expression of that old saying that you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a monster.
Yep. Look back at how Activision started.
And Blizzard.
They should have just died a hero.
Well, they
compare that to Sierra.
Can we compare that to Sierra? Let's compare that to.
So Sierra, right, just kind of faded away after a while. I mean, the brand still exists. It did get bought up, right? But Sierra was a husband and wife duo who just wrote video games.
I didn't
really
know
good
that.
ones.
Really?
Amongst them was Tribes.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm gonna now
Tribes
find
was
out who
after-
they were.
Yeah, Tribes was after Sierra got bought. But before that, you had King's Quest and Police Quest
And those were like husband and wife making games. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I'm trying to remember what the
fucking
earliest
know
Sierra
that.
game is I got. I'm pretty sure I got some on the Atari.
Want to become famous? Buy followers, primes, and viewers on Big Follows Space.Spacecom. I put in your web address and it didn't work because there was like spaces in it. I don't know how to internet. I thought that was completely 100% safe. So I just copy pasted it.
Damn, this system's worth $11 million.
Oh, what's that? You want us to accept all your cookies and put in all our information, like credit
I
card,
like
social
cookies.
security number and stuff?
Yeah, I love that comic with Cookie Monster on the other end, and it's got like the guy going to a webpage, and it's like, yeah, whatever. He like clicks the accept, send us your cookies, and fucking Cookie Monster's like, fool.
Ooh, I just had an idea here. I guess.
Yeah, Dave, if we wanted to be famous, our video titles would be more clickbaity.
Just Dave, I feel like it's a matter of evaluating the type of fame that you're looking for, and I think the fame that I'm constantly after is the fame that the Ramones had when they were just getting that momentum. Give me that, you know what I mean? Like, nobody fucking, like, none of those major labels or sponsors or whatever give a fuck who you are, but all your fans are like fucking diehard. Give me that over the fucking like, oh yeah, I have to make videos every day or else my sponsorship will fucking take a big shit on my chest. And I think that was a point of frustration for my band when we were doing our thing too. Scanner mode.
Understood.
Did I get this system? Yeah, I did get this system. Okay, as long as I got this system, then we are on to the next one. And this, Knack, is what's going to give you the time to get out to where we're at, because I insist on scanning every single system that I jump in, unless I am too drunk to remember, or too high to remember. On Onionhead, which is a topic that we're going to get into a little bit later. But that is... So I used to really want to work at Blizzard. I'm not going to lie. That was one of the things that I used to aspire to. Because they're here in town, and I was like, oh, cool. Like that... Like, I knew people that worked there, and they liked the culture there, and... Man, like, looking at all of that shit, it's like, what happened, my dude? And then I'm like, oh, wait, yeah, Activision happened. Haha!
I mean... Let's not sugarcoat it, right?
Okay.
Blizzard, or Activision would still be a great place for you to work.
Yeah, probably.
Because you're in that demographic that they don't discriminate against.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because you have a particular thing that the other half of the population doesn't.
I mean, you guys have known me for... You guys have known me for at least the length of this journey, which has been about 2 years. At least. According to social media. You guys have known me for at least that long. Do you really think that they would tolerate my soapboxes that I constantly am They'd be like, come on, dude, we're doing a cubicle
definitely.
crawl. And I'd be like, okay, here's my soapbox. I was already taller than you, but now I'm much taller.
Yeah, you would be so tall that they could just say, "What's that? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. We're gonna go do this other thing instead."
Yeah, hey, we're gonna go smack this bitch's out. You see, that's where Daddy be taking other guys and being like, you gotta bend them over your knee and show them what part of the food chain they exist on. I had to make that as uncomfortable as I could for you folks, because if I didn't do that, then where's the entertainment? Everybody's like quiet now, like, did he make it?
As uncomfortable as it is to be a woman working for Activision Blizzard.
No, let's not make anybody that uncomfortable ever.
No, they should be.
They should be, though. Yes.
They should be.
They should be, though. Yes. That sucks, man. Like, I used to want to work there. Now I absolutely fucking refuse. I don't want to be a part of that culture. I would be I would be the person that changed that culture. I would be the person that did my best to change it and got fired trying.
I
would be the person that got fired for trying, and I'd be very vocal about it. It would be a lot of fun.
But you know, somebody there has got some clout and some charisma because they managed to organize a walkout. Fucking good for them.
Good for them. That is awesome. Fucking speak your mind. Do that shit. Hell yeah. And the fans, I love that that a lot of the fans are on board too, and they were staging like all of this, you know, sitting outside the thing. I'm like, but you didn't like cancel your account or anything. Like, you make like maybe cancel your account and then create a free level 1 character and then stage the walkout. That would be, you know, because then you're not also shelling out dollars. I'm just saying, I know you guys care about the game still, and you want to see it succeed because it's something that you're passionate about and you've been doing for a long time. But they don't care about you. They care about making money. You know, like that's all. And like it's no longer about that. Like you look at a completely different game. Let's look at Stardew Valley for a second. This dude worked for fucking years because he wanted to make something that he cared about. And that he cared about like the people that were giving him feedback, and like he wanted to take that and make this amazing thing, and he did, and he continues to do it to this day. Damn, indie games really are where it's at these days, right? I mean, that's crazy. What a time to live. What a time to be alive. And fuck Blizzard.
Stanley Parable. Yeah.
But you know, everybody jumped ship. They all went to Final Fantasy XIV. Absolutely no fucking arguments here. Final Fantasy XIV fucking killed WoW for me way before all that shit happened. Like, I fucking talk about that. I used to play WoW. I loved WoW. I love Final Fantasy XIV so much fucking more. Seeing all these people who are getting into the characters and like seeing, you know, just experiencing the universe for the first time, like it's so amazing.
Vectors.
I'm getting less warning than you guys are.
Holy shit. No, what? Barn. Okay, Dave. We'll see you later. You have a wonderful rest of your night and sleep well, my friend. It's good to see you.
Sorry. Use the Force.
No, Vega. I didn't say anything about the Force. It's Dave, man. I don't even know if Dave likes Star Wars. I don't even know if Dave likes Battlestar Galactica, dude.
Dave?
Battlestar Trek. What? Beats, Bears, Battlestar Galactica. Anybody? The Office?
I never watched.
I tried to. I really tried to. It bored me to tears.
Which one? The American or the British one?
The American one.
Can't remember.
Because Steve Carell.
Okay.
I watched it.
I'm not a big fan of Steve Carell.
I liked it.
All right, I need to step away and go get that beer that I asked for like a half an hour ago.
Oh no, you never got the beer?
I was gonna say I never really cared for Steve Carell even before his tiny little nipples went to France.
I liked it. I thought that was a great show.
Like, that was a good movie-ish. Like,
it was a show, not a movie.
No, I'm not.
No, that was a movie.
Yeah, we're talking about the 40-year-old virgin.
No, I was talking about Bruce Almighty.
Oh, I was talking about The Office.
Oh, yeah, I didn't bother with Bruce Almighty or Evan.
I like that movie. Evan Almighty sucked.
I never saw any of the movies that you guys are talking about, but I like The Office. I don't know, but mostly because like I worked at a lot of office settings and like, yeah, I mean, yeah, they were like it really does touch home a lot. It really does hit home a whole lot.
I've never, so like I have no frame of context for it, so I'm just like, I don't really care.
Yeah, I worked at a lot of office spaces like that, which like, yeah, movies like Office Space, but like, man, Office did it so much better. Like, I don't know. It was a good show. It was a really good show. I've never seen the other movies that you guys are talking about. They sound, you know, campy and.
I mean, they're just SNL movies, really.
Oh, okay. So just about, you know, SNL but movie. I'm assuming.
I mean, they're not really like.
I liked SNL, but I never watched a lot of the SNL movies. I think probably the closest I came to what were the SNL movies? Let's see.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's
Blues Brothers.
Was Wayne's World was an SNL thing?
I'm gonna say it wasn't Spies Like Us.
I did pay half attention to Blues Brothers. That was
I'm trying to think what else.
Mostly the parts where they were playing music, and I was like, music.
Coneheads would have been one.
Yep.
I don't think you recall that.
That was an SNL skit? Wow. No, I did see Coneheads.
Dan Aykroyd was at big time, prime time SNL.
Yeah, I did see. I mean, I definitely did see Coneheads. That was a good one.
Like I said, another one though. I think Spies Like Us was.
I didn't see Spies Like Us.
It had Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd.
And see, the last time I saw Chevy Chase was what was that movie? That show. Help me out here, 8-bit.
Community?
Yeah, Community. Which was good.
It was like Chevy Chase can perform comedy and he can perform well, but he can also he's not a great person.
No.
Yeah, I saw that. It was okay. I thought it was okay. The start of it was good, and then it just kind of like went a lot of places. I mean, it was good. It was entertaining. It definitely wasn't one of my favorite shows, for sure. We've been watching a lot of Adventure Time lately, and that's been really cool. I really like Adventure Time a lot. Okay. For the first time in years, my sensors are doing that thing where, like, if I throttle down or throttle up, it changes. Did you see that? My sensors. I didn't do anything except throttle down real quick, and it changed my sensors. Did you see that?
You're getting phantom inputs, which means you probably changed which USB port you're plugged into, or well, you did replace your motherboard, right?
I also did change the USB port that and I got a new driver for this thing. So I'm trying to figure out how I can eliminate that. Because at least the driver is at least letting me have control over the rest of my joystick, and now my lights are working.
The X52 doesn't suffer from it so much, but the X55 and X56 has a real bad problem with phantom input triggers.
Yeah.
Right. Where you'll move the throttle and it will trigger other buttons. Right. A big problem with ghosting, essentially.
Okay.
And the cure for that is to get the two halves of your HOTAS plugged into two different actual USB hubs on your computer. Make sure that they're actually talking to two different USB root hubs. That way you don't get that crosstalk. Where did Nakona go?
I'm here.
Okay, I don't see you. I don't see you in the.
I'm not in front of my computer at the moment. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I had that problem though with my my Thrustmaster.
So I found a terraformable water world.
there are a lot of players who complain of really bad ghosting with the X55s and X56s. So it's just got an issue with crosstalk. It's just plain old USB crosstalk.
I remember that I fixed this problem before. I just don't remember how I did it. But I do need to disable the mouse nubbin on here because I always mouse it over the wrong thing. Like earlier, I like accidentally pressed it and I noticed that my mouse stopped right over the stop streaming button, and I was like, "That's not okay. How are you? Of all the places you could have stopped on my screen, why right on top of the stop streaming button?" That's my luck. Roll the dice. You know, somehow all 4 of the D20s you rolled hit a 1. Critical
diagnostic roll time.
Somebody re-invite the Sasquatch, please.
All right, we are the big fried Sasquatch.
I was gonna say might need to sacrifice a chicken.
Wait, what?
He wants some wings, man.
Yeah,
We need to get him out to Colonia.
That's why we need to get you out to Colonia.
I was talking about sacrificing a chicken to break the curse of rolling 1.
Oh no, that happens just because one time I pissed on a dice god shrine because, you know, fuck gods. What?
There was a little storyline going on Control-Alt-Delete comic about that. Dude's badass D20 was cursed.
Huh, that's weird. So I have Nakona in the team, but I don't see him as part of our team.
He's here. Dude's D20 was cursed, huh?
Yep.
So it was
No, don't say it.
No, I'm actually that. Why can't I remember his name?
Tycho?
Wesley Crusher. That's not his name.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton, thank you. Will Wheaton. His dice are cursed. I don't know, man.
Or would you say they're hexed?
No, I'd say they're cursed. I would say that they're cursed.
I got all the shit I need, I guess. How sparsely populated is it between here and Eagle's Landing?
Can you plot a route there?
Yeah, I can plot her out there.
Okay, so what do you mean by sparsely populated?
Any stations and shit along the way to hit, or?
Sure.
I mean,
okay.
There is a few, but they are few and far between.
Let me get the list of Colonia route refueling stations or resupply stations.
Oh no!
Let me
not Nexus.
let me get parked into a refueling orbit here.
Okay, and I'm actually gonna take a quick break. Yeah, I'm setting a course to another planet here. Let me set my Super Cruise assist, and then I will be right back. Don't touch that dial after I do this.
Yeah, that's up there a ways.
Here you go.
Okay, be right back, guys.
Where do I put
Don't
that?
touch that dial. Man, put it wherever you like.
General?
That's
General.
what she said.
There you go.
Okay, I'll be right
Only
back.
hope.
I go to hog wild with that invitation.
But in your case, should be like, that ain't my belly button. Oh yeah, so one of the first ones on that route is Hillary Depot. Just saying.
Let me pop that out, blow it up full screen. So yeah, I've got my big fuel scoop. I got my fuel tank equipped. I'm gonna do this. I guess I'm as ready as I'm gonna get.
Well, I mean, you could be readier, right? Is your FSD grade 5 engineered?
I don't know. Hold on a second. Let me find out. Where am I?
You, you,
I don't remember what it was when I stopped fucking with it.
so PG left it on his view and went AFK.
My FSD is most of the way through grade 3.
Okay, so it could be better. You could also get yourself a Guardian FSD booster.
Yeah, go do those Guardian puzzles.
Yeah.
I say at this point, all that'd be good for is about 4 light years.
No, the FSD booster, especially for the Anaconda, I believe is 10 light years extra.
I thought it was a flat percentage.
It's a
No,
10%.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So 10%. I've got about a 40. Hold
Oh,
on.
here, let me check, right? Because I have a Guardian FSD booster.
I
Show
don't know
info.
that it's that like percentage. I think it's a flat increase of in length or a distance it can travel. Because the grade 4 Guardian FSD booster
Guardian frame shift drive booster specifications. Jump range increase. Yes, it's a flat light increase to light years. Right.
Yeah.
So class 5 is 10.5 light years increase.
and then class 4 is like 8.75.
9.25.
Okay.
So, and I've got a class 4, so 9.
You get me up to almost 50 light years. The hell is going on over there?
All kinds of stuff.
Mark, what the hell are you doing?
He's getting that onion head, man.
Yeah, he stepped away to go pooping.
So that's the problem I heard with that new strain of onion head, is it gives you explosive diarrhea. What? Nobody else heard that?
No, we heard.
I haven't heard shit. I don't even know what onion head is.
It's because Mark turned off his microphone.
Onionhead is
That's why-
devil's lettuce.
That's why you haven't heard shit. Chat login. Clearly, I'm not funny.
Oh, that was so cruel.
What was?
I got that fake Earth-like world signal.
You mean that Rocky Ice World?
Yeah. After I came through a string of like 3 water worlds I discovered, I was like, it would make sense, but no, not that kind of universe.
Mm-mm.
I scored a graphics card this week, but I don't know if I'm going to have a use for it or not.
You were all kinds of excited about that. You said you had a use for it.
Technically speaking, yes, I do, but I don't know if it's worth it for the power consumption. GTX 960.
I mean, you know, it's a drop in the bucket compared to what you already pay for electricity.
Yeah, true that. I just paid a $989 electric bill yesterday.
Well, we're hoping to see if there will be a drop in ours because they finally like activated and put our solar panels on the grid.
Gay.
Your house had solar panels, but they weren't connected?
Well, so they were put up, like, but it took them a while to get like finally connected onto the grid, apparently.
So
But,
they weren't patched in, right?
Yeah.
So when you, we need some clarification here, Psychon, because on the grid means that you're feeding that electricity back into the main power grid for your community.
That is what my understanding of how.
Okay, so is your electric co-op gonna offer you a discount? Is that what you're saying? They give you a discount for contributing back to the power grid?
Apparently, it's something like it's going to make our electric bill become a flat rate of $75.
Yeah. Okay. So they have a level pay plan.
Like I only know that's at least why my mom eventually decided to go with that, is specifically because, you know, they go, yeah, the electric bill will go down to like this flat rate by agreeing to sign up and, you know, get the solar panel stuff, because otherwise she was like, you know, there's not really much of a use for it. But...
Well, the solar panels are a good thing though, because remember what happened in February?
Yeah.
So, you know, at least you won't be without electricity the next time the power plants go down.
You would think that.
Hey, I'll hook the welder up.
Yeah, you're right. I would think that, and I'd be correct.
Well, I'm just saying, you would think that, but, you know, you are dealing with the same people who didn't anticipate there being, you know...
You have solar panels. They're your solar panels. They generate electricity whether or not the power company has got electricity coming to your house. There should be a switch that just cuts it over to powering your house directly.
I mean, maybe? I don't know where it is if we do. Probably, like, outside or something. I don't know. Like, the thing is that I didn't see, like, I see the solar panels outside and whatnot, but, like, I don't know the whole process of what goes on.
Well, the connection point is going to be in between your meter loop and the breaker panel. It's got to tie in there somewhere, so you should be able to chase the wires down.
Terraformable. What's this system worth? 2.3 million so far? I'll take it.
Colonia's going to love us. Well, that or Sag A-Star will love us when we sell our scientific data.
And so they've been trying to push solar panels pretty hard and heavy around here for the last couple of years.
I really want solar panels. I just can't afford them yet. But
I don't want
our house, the front of our house is southward facing, so we could totally put solar panels on the southward facing roof of the house and do pretty okay, especially in the summertime. You know, but the initial cost of purchasing them, getting them installed, and then, you know, upkeep, I can't afford that yet.
I actually had a solicitor. Yeah, I actually had a solicitor show up at the house a while back regarding
Solicitor? You mean a door-to-door salesman?
Yep.
Did you answer the door naked?
No. Should have though. I think the last time I tried to do that, it ended up being a detective.
Make the jump.
And he's like, "We found the streaker."
Not quite. I
Next
gotta say, I
is
live. Well, Bob, you know I live in the middle of nowhere, way off the road.
We found this trigger. No, y'all want the guy across the street.
Is it really the middle of nowhere? Or is it like, maybe a little bit to the left of the middle of nowhere? Or the right of the middle of nowhere?
Well,
No, it's
so,
directly in the middle.
Directly?
Arkansas
Smack
is
fucking
already
dab.
the edge of nowhere, right?
We live right in the middle of the edge of nowhere. It's a
Well,
mouthful.
the running joke is we're 10 miles past BFE.
Scanning for information.
Oh, so BFE is Wasilla, Alaska. So
Oh, I thought it was in Egypt. That's weird. Why would I think that?
oh, you want to switch back to your view now?
I did.
No,
Just
finally.
now.
You see, you're just catching up just now because there's that lag,
Lies.
Scanner mode.
I mean, it
Affirmative.
is part. Maybe that's part of why
wait, let's not.
you only get like 3 frames per second when you're on the ground. It's because it takes this computer a little while to process.
Right?
You need to give that hamster in the wheel some meth.
Or some onion head. Or maybe stop giving him onion head.
What's the internet, right? So it's actually monkeys on typewriters.
It's a series of tubes.
Series of tubes. Oh, I already mapped this joint? What the hell? Oh, no, I guess I didn't, maybe? Okay, no, I didn't. I just mapped this side very efficiently. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9! Yeah, I got it. All right. Efficiency target bonus. Man, look at that impact crater. That, wow. Can I see that from here?
So some nice rays, man.
Right? Look at that. Whoa. That's what the toilet looks like after I fucking drop a giant deuce.
Well, especially after doing that new strain of onion head, man.
Especially.
Yeah,
What-
I mean, it's like I hear it's like super strong, but it also gives you explosive diarrhea. And oh man,
Next system en route. That new strain of you're talking about the Delta or the Gamma strain of Onionhead?
yeah, system map.
Scanner mode.
Affirmative.
Well, considering the original has been
No,
banned by 2 of the 3 major powers.
next system en route.
System destination
It's
locked.
been banned? Why has it been banned? Man, nobody ever died from Onionhead.
No, but
Except those
apparently-
pirates while I was fucking, pretty blitzed that one time. I killed a lot of
See,
pirates.
apparently, Onionhead is just the gateway drug into
Ooh.
harder stuff. It is
Why does
Terraformable
everybody
moon.
uses that
Awesome.
word? I don't think it means the same thing they think it means.
You mean where if you use it, it opens up a path where you go traveling down? And
Yeah, that's not how those kind of
Inconceivable.
things works. That's not how those kind of things work.
Inconceivable.
Just gonna say it. In that case, cigarettes are a fucking gateway into marijuana.
They are.
That's a gateway into fucking.
It's a gateway into cancer too.
Completing system
But those
scan
are
for
totally
cartography.
legal. So,
Barely, and not for lack of trying.
not for lack of trying.
And it's only because that they've got organized enough within their corporate groups in order to
Corporate.
give them to make money off it and get the government money.
Ah,
They're
okay.
only
So if
starting
you,
to just do that with a lot of the smaller.
what you're saying is, if we had like a corporate backing for, say, anally fucking injecting arsenic into your asshole, that would be
I'm sure
okay.
I'm sure the FTC
I
would
mean,
be,
why not? That had
given enough money in order
presidential
to look the
backing.
other way on it, sure.
That was bleach, and that was in response to coronavirus. I did it. Did anybody else do it? Because that's why I'm corona free. Actually, I injected bleach into my butthole.
Well, I'm corona free because people are idiots and I'd rather avoid them.
Yep, that's why I injected bleach into my butthole.
I'm corona free because I drink good beer.
Because you drink good beer.
No, you're corona free because you live in a
Damn, Knack! Shots fired, Knack. I feel like that was directed mostly at you.
Good beer. I have good beer. I don't drink fucking piss water.
Yeah, he says, "Fuck your Corona, bro."
I have
That's what he said.
Corona.
Evidence.
Are you
We have
talking about
photographic proof.
I was gonna say, are you talking about the night where we ran out of everything and all I had left was the Corona?
Yep.
How did you have the Corona then? If you ran out of everything else, why was the Corona there in the first place?
It was someone else's.
Likely. No, I'm just kidding. I believe you. I totally believe you.
I was at my boss's soon-to-be son-in-law's bachelor party.
I get that. No, because I've been here and I've been playing in Rock Band for a long time, and the amount of people that came up was like, "I'll buy you a Lone Star." Like, thanks for the water, bro.
So I mean, let me paint you a picture here, right? He's talking about a bachelor party in the middle of Arkansas, right? So the Corona came out right after the stripper burst out of the bale of hay.
Yeah, that whole idea got shut down. Shot down in a hurry. Trust me, there was going to be strippers.
And hey.
Yup.
Yeah, I'm on your wavelength there, Bob.
I would
On
not
your
be
wavelength.
surprised if the plan was that it was going to be in, like, burn or something.
You know, we don't out here where we're at. We don't got no cake, man. We just got bales of hay. So you work with what you got.
Are you
Same.
kidding, man? You know she drove the tractor to get there, right?
I gotta go AFK. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Scanner mode. We're just kidding, Knack. Also not kidding, but also kidding.
I was only partially kidding.
He's like, only partially kidding. We actually did have bales of hay and a stripper in the bales of hay.
He's like only partially kidding. The stripper happened. She just came out from under the hood of a tractor and out of a bale of hay.
No, it was a bale of hay. The stripper's name was Needle, and you were looking for the needle.
In the haystack?
Scanner mode. Scanner mode.
Yeah, my boss had already procured the strippers and whatnot, and then his daughter shut the whole thing down.
Was his daughter the stripper?
No.
I had to ask. I'm sorry.
No, I'm dead serious. Like, he had all the shit lined out. She got wind of it and then blew a fuse. Because I think her mom slipped up and let it out of the bag.
And that's how she got pregnant.
Okay, I wasn't gonna go there, and then you went there, Bob.
I'm sorry.
You have this thing where I'm like, there's a line right here, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna cross it. I thought only my cat did that.
The line is not where you think it is when it comes to me and Knack.
Oh no, I've heard the stories.
No, you haven't.
Damn it!
Bob, you don't remember how drunk you've been. He might have.
I've never been that drunk.
Adjusting for jump.
I'm just gonna say where there's swirlies and where there's 69s. That's the main two questions here. He's like that, and that's the part we're never gonna tell you.
For whatever reason, this just reminds me of a conversation we had at work a couple of weeks ago. The topic was X-Lax gang pack.
Completing system scan for cartography.
Also known as Onionhead.
And like immediate flashbacks to conversations that I've had on the line at every restaurant that I've worked at. And then my boss comes in like, the customers can hear you, and we're like, yeah? That's bad. Oh yeah, no, we shouldn't. We should, that's bad. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about that anymore, guys. Yeah, you idiots. And the person who said that is the one that got the promotion.
Goddamn customers anyway.
Yeah, for real. Who cares about their needs? All we're gonna do is just make whatever food they order.
And then spit in it.
And spit in it, probably. Effects, there we go. I'm on call with this. Here we go. Here it comes. Nope. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. I'm gonna press the right button for sure.
Here you go.
There it is. Yeah, we did it.
Damn, this has been like a 6-bar stream.
They always
so
come
far.
in. They always come in twos. So here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, get ready.
Scanning now.
They're waiting for the second one.
We're waiting for the second one.
Huh? Yeah, the barn.
It's all right, at your leisure. It's okay.
Hopefully sometime soon.
Breathe in the pepper.
She says she doesn't need to. Sorry, guys.
What? Sorry,
Oh.
what did you say? Breathe in the pupper?
Breathe in the pepper. Yep, there it is. I'm gonna do the thing. Oh no, wait, no, that wasn't the right button. That was the wrong button. Wrong button. Wrong button. Takey's backsies.
You've been bobbed. Not yet.
Takey's backsies. Oh wait, nope. Wrong button. Takey's backsies. I'm allowed Takey's backsies.
Combustible lemons.
I'm just having fun here, guys.
Lemons.
Lemons. We haven't heard lemons in so long. Somebody requests lemons.
Man, I request it every time, but it gets stuck so far down the queue that we never get to hear it.
Right? Right? What's up, Rainwave? This should be at least 14 times a day. Man, look to your predecessors. Look to Top 40 radio, man. Like lemons, that's top 40, man.
That shit should be, man. J.K. Simmons should always be on high rotation.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons.
You know, if you have a problem with it, just complain to Life's managers.
Yeah,
That's
you
right.
know. Tell them.
Tell him.
I'm gonna get my engineers to create a lemon that will burn your fucking house down.
Tell them that you're going to be the guy that burned their house down.
With the lemons.
Oh, here it comes. Get ready.
There it is. There it goes. No, I wasn't ready.
They told me to be ready.
What the fuck? There was no. There's supposed to be an achu, and then.
No.
I've played enough Final Fantasy IX to know.
It-
Achu comes way before Bark.
Mhm.
Or, well, it comes right before Bark, I guess.
Ooh, speaking of Final Fantasy IX, did you see that there's a fan remake in progress?
I did see that, and
Final
it looks,
Fantasy 9.
as always, it looks fantastic. I can't wait until Square shuts that down.
I know,
Because-
right?
And then it'll get the press that it deserves. The press is like, maybe if we don't cover it, it'll get a lot of traction, and the longer we wait, the bigger story it'll be at the end, and we can make a lot of money off the shutdown. I mean, that's not a bad. Let's be fair. That's not a bad strategy. If I were thinking of a strategy for how to make the most money off of someone else's shortcomings, that would be my strategy too. Right? I mean, that's not wrong. It's fucking America, land of the fucking. It's fucking free choice. I get to choose to make the most money off of everybody else's shortcomings.
So, we
What?
talk a lot of Final Fantasy on this stream, right?
We do, yeah, we do.
Right? We do. And yet, we never seem to talk about the later versions, the later releases in the series.
Later, like what? There was nothing
Like-
happened after 10, actually.
Oh, there was 11. They skipped 12 entirely.
But 11 was online, so it
No,
was
they
like, that
didn't.
doesn't count.
No, I'm just saying, no, 12. There is no such thing as Final Fantasy 12
Sure, there is.
or 14 or 13.
Yes, sir.
What, yeah,
I see
no,
where he's
there,
going.
there
I
was
see
no.
where he's going.
Yeah,
Like, I actually-
13.
So I actually enjoyed Final Fantasy 12, right? But I wanted
It was
to mention.
okay.
I want to mention 15.
Have
Oh,
not
I was
played
gonna
that one.
say 13 existed, but we're still scratching our heads on what the actual story was. So, like, because I am
And
still
what the
lost
actual
on the
ending
story.
is, because it's like they keep moving the fucking the finish line at the end of a marathon.
But then they were like, Lightning is the main character, and I was like, aha, I see what you're doing there. Cloud, Lightning, aha, they're the same
Wall.
character, but
So, I played most of the Final Fantasy series, right?
yeah.
15 was the only one that I stopped playing because it downright insulted me.
Okay, I have not played it, so don't-
I found it to be pretty offensive.
He pulled out that he pulled out a XL soapbox and he placed that on the ground and he said, "This is not Kingdom Hearts. No, no." You know, the spray bottle. He's like, "Square Enix, no, no, no."
never played Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts
I-
was a good game for what it did, and Final Fantasy did not need to follow in the fucking footsteps of Kingdom Hearts
I was gonna
because
say the
Kingdom
whole
Hearts
idea
was
behind
doing.
it did not grab my attention.
So-
That's fine.
So-
That's fine.
hang
It's
on.
for other people. That's fine.
I was gonna say, hang on, let Bob continue.
Go ahead. Yeah.
So it wasn't the gameplay that bothered me, right? The whole ARPG thing that it had going on. I was fine with that, right? There were two things that really bothered me. The setting, right? These, you know, four young men road tripping around in a car. I'm sorry, you lose me when you try to get me to buy a world where chocobos and cars both exist as forms of transportation.
Then what do you need the chocobo for? Then what do you need
Right.
the chocobo for?
So
And
there's-
already
there's-
you're like, so why do we even do final? Why did we put like? Why didn't you just put this as a Grand Theft Auto entry?
So there was that piece of it. There was the very sexist handling of one particular character that I found to be actually downright offensive. There's a female character who is the Sid character for this game that I found to be very sexist and offensive.
How so? I don't know about this character. Please tell me how so.
She is the she was characterized as your typical. Any of you guys ever watched Dukes of Hazzard?
Wait, hold on. So before you get into the nitty gritty of this, let me just say, because like female Sid, actually, like, you know, that strikes a point with me because we don't usually see females being portrayed as things like engineers and computer scientists.
So
and things
she
like
was
that.
she was a mechanic, right? She's an auto mechanic, okay?
Scanner mode.
But she was presented
That's affirmative,
as a
Commander.
daisy.
A daisy?
Really?
Like Dukes of Hazzard Daisy.
So she wasn't.
And-
She wasn't like a. What's the engineer from Firefly?
Haley.
Yeah, she wasn't Haley.
No. Because Haley didn't come across as ditzy or dumb.
And I even would have taken Ellie from Borderlands 2.
Mm-hmm. Right? So the way that this character was presented, I found to be very sexist in an offensive, in a very offensive kind of way. But that's not what finally killed me on it.
What finally killed you on it?
The main character.
I was gonna say, why was it selfie guy? That dude would not shut up about that. And I was just
I
like,
hate
we get it.
So, and that wasn't so that there were actually two events, right? The part that killed me, the part that made me go, all right, I'm done. I'm not even giving this any more of a chance. Is when he pulled out a fucking smartphone.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah, I
I'm
know. I
done.
was like, oh my god, dude, we
I'm done.
already like we had the PHS and that was one thing, and I was like, okay, I like that y'all are explaining how we're able to switch party members as long as we're on the world map. At least we have an explanation for that now. But now you're like, it's a smartphone, and I'm like,
optimal level.
no, I'm not on board with that.
Wait,
Not if-
is this a game that had ramen in it?
Completing
If we have
system
motherfucking
scan.
smartphones, why are y'all guys
Gathering
fighting
information.
monsters? Why not just blow them up with nukes?
So Psychon, fucking Final Fantasy VII had ramen in it. It had references to ramen.
No, but I mean,
Inuyasha had ramen, and it was set in feudal Japan.
No,
like,
but they didn't have cups of ramen.
Sure they did.
I never saw it.
Instant noodles? What is this? Because Kagome was from the future, and she would bring instant noodles, and they'd be like, "What?" But, and that's that. At least they explained it. At least they explained it.
The one that had the end dungeon where it was like platforming.
Understood.
To be fair, Pokemon has fucking, both smartphones and cup noodles, and I'm down with that. That's fine.
So that was the anachronism that destroyed my sense of my suspension of disbelief, right? But the thing that really kind of killed me on, that summed with that really just resulted in me just dropping it and not even coming back, was realizing that my daughter, who was 12 years old at the time, despised the main character because he was just a whiny little bitch.
So he's Cloud, pretty much.
He was so much worse.
But worse, yeah.
I mean, I get that there's a character art that you have to present for this kind of a journey, right? But they presented him as such a dislikable person that if you can't identify with the main character, then you've lost your audience.
Yeah.
And my 12-year-old daughter was like, yeah, I hate this kid. And she wasn't even playing. She was watching me play.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but like we even owned a copy of 15 and we both just watched that pass us by, like, because we couldn't get into it, like, and both of us spent so much more time. I'm speaking for me and my wife. I'm like, like both of us spent so much more time on Bravely Default, and why the fuck do you think that is? Maybe because we came here for the high fantasy, and y'all fucking handed us this, like, it's like real life with smartphones and stuff, and that's not why we're tuning in, my bro. Like, we're here for swords and monsters, okay?
So can we take a minute, since we're on the subject of Bravely Default 2, can we take a second to just appreciate Elvis?
This is an Elvis appreciation time. Elvis appreciation time starts now.
Best main party character in the game.
Okay, Commander.
Elvis was cool, yeah. I do like Elvis. I did like Elvis. So, you know what? I haven't checked in with you about that. How's your Bravely Default 2 game going?
I haven't been playing because I've just been too busy with work. But where I've been so far, I really enjoy it. So Bravely 2, it's not doing anything revolutionary. It's just trying to be one thing: the best JRPG that it can be, the best old school turn-based JRPG that it can be. And you know what? I'm good with that. Yeah, that makes me happy.
I'm almost done with it, but then I got on I started getting on a Pokemon binge again because that's how I do. And I was like, I'm gonna continue, and Monster Hunter Rise, and I continued to like, okay, I'm gonna leave Bravely Default 2 running in the background so that I can get experience points and stuff while I'm not logged in. And then that petered out, and I was like, okay, this is taking too much resources from me, and I'm not even playing this fucking game. I'm gonna go back and.
The villain is kind of silly.
I don't even know who the villain fucking is yet, so. I feel like I've seen
him before you're done with the tutorial, right?
Yeah, I feel like I've seen him, but he hasn't like established himself as that. Like, he's kind of like, obviously this is the BBEG, but I'm like, wait, no, hold on. We haven't seen you actually do anything that constitutes you as the BBEG except for being back here like, oh yes, stop the party. Oh yes, you must put a stop to. What are they doing?
Oh, I find that the characters are interesting and just deep enough.
Deep enough? Yeah, sure.
Right?
Yeah, sure. And then you get to play? What's the card game called? Tetramaster. No, hold on. It was... Card game. That's
I haven't run into any kind of a card game.
Not Final Fantasy. It's not Final Fantasy.
It's Final Fantasy.
But there's a card game that you can play, and you have to play it in order to get the gambler character unlocked. Spoilers. You have to play it.
Cartography.
The card game.
Is it at least a decent card game?
It's not Tetris. Actually...
Well, then obviously it's Yu-Gi-Oh!
I actually enjoyed Tetramaster and Triple Triad.
Bob, I actually enjoyed Tetramaster and Triple Triad, and I'll say that this card game is pretty well planned out and put together. Like, they had some game devs in there that came in, and they were like, yeah, we know how to make a card game real quick that isn't Magic the fucking goddamn Gathering. Like, yeah. I'm sorry, I like Magic the Gathering and all, but fuck that shit got old. Like, we're on season 50 goddamn fuckingness, and fucking... Now you can win the game by poisoning.
So they added in, you know, was it one of those two, right? I think it was Triple Triad. They added that to Final Fantasy 14, right? But then they did the Magic the Goddamn Gathering thing with it, where you have to go around and like pick up cards from fucking everywhere.
Yeah, and this one's kind of the same, but the card games kind of blaze by, and you get cards at the rate pretty easily. It's not.
Was every other fucking
bad.
card a flan?
No, not every other card is a flan. You can only pick up cards.
He's talking about some Final Fantasy 9 right there, man.
You can only get cards that you don't already have, which I think is a very important distinction here, because when you're getting the fucking flan card with like the fucking 500th goddamn time, like you're just like, why am I playing this?
Hey,
you know?
I put together a flan deck one time, and it was pretty badass.
Well, that's our show, everybody. Flan deck. The flan is here. They're taking over the stream from here on, so we're rating
nobody
flan.
Wants to hear about your flan deck.
Scanner mode.
Actually, we do. We do. Totally.
Yeah, I do want to hear about your
guys.
flan deck. Actually,
support the knack.
Tell me.
Plunge into that.
What in the fuck made you want to build a flan deck?
That's for the hell of it.
So listen, man, I got 3 words that defines that underscores the reason for that. 3 words. You ready? 4 white mages.
Delicious. Oh, I thought it was delicious Jello on top.
4 white mages. What?
It'll never work.
Thank you. Thank you for picking it up.
You are welcome. White mages. You had better luck with 4 black mages.
Oh, yeah.
We're all out of spells in the middle of the poison dungeon. What happened, we don't know, but hey, we still have daggers. Ding, ding, ding. The poison dungeon? What dungeon are you talking about, Mark, in Final Fantasy 1, the first dungeon that you encounter that for some reason is just kind of in the middle of goddamn nowhere? And everything poisons you! Why does everything poison you in that dungeon? Make sure you bring your antidotes, kids. And that's where we lost all our viewers. Thank you guys for tuning in.
We lost all our viewers a long-ass time ago.
I know, we're way too nerdy for this fucking... I feel like they're the streamers and they're us. We're nerds. Hello.
Like, you know, even just Dave was like, "I am out."
Yeah. Okay. You guys are getting way too.
He got mad because he got mad because I said clickbait.
Bob, you gotta stop doing that to people. That's mean. That's you're being a meanie head.
But it's true.
You're gonna get meanie head demerits, man. Please don't get meanie head demerits.
But
don't be a meanie head.
But I'm not. But I'm just telling.
Don't be mean to Dave. Say you're sorry to Dave.
He's not here. Dave's not here, man.
He needs to do what he needs to do.
Dave's not.
That's okay.
Dave's not here.
Adjusting for jump.
Shit, Dave's not here. Look, look at the stream. He's not here. Dave is not here. Other Dave is here. Dave. So we need to call Dave, and then we need to call Knack Dave.
Confirming exit point telemetry. Stand by.
Official decree. Knack is Dave. Do you not want to be Dave? I think it has a ring to it.
Let me just point out that Knack has easy access to pipes. Like steel pipes
and things that could be explosive. Gotcha. I'm following. Okay, so Knack is Dave, Psychon is Dave.
Don't forget a large stockpile of electronics.
What I'm saying is that what we need on this stream is a Dave.
Is that like a Gus Gus?
Yes.
I'm gonna say
It is exactly like a Gus
Nakona
Gus.
plus Psycon equals Dave Dave.
Aye, Commander.
Nakona plus Psycon is a Dave Dave 69.
That's how we got banned. I can hear Nakona's headache. You guys are dicks. Why do I play this game with you guys? We're headed to what system again? Beagle Point, was it?
I think we already been there, man.
Mac hasn't been there. We're starting over, guys. We're starting the Shinobi the Way
quit.
Home. Episode 346. Knack finally made it to Beagle Point. We'll get there. We'll get there. I promise we'll get there. Does Knack even have any
Right.
interest in going to Beagle Point number 1?
Right, Dave Dave?
They both at the same time are like, yes, Bob.
Sure.
Can't let you do that, Bob.
System map.
Tell him.
Daisy. Daisy.
We're having a lot of fun today. I hope the
We have a
three
lot of
viewers.
fun every day.
Yeah, you know what we do. That's true.
Wait, we have 3 viewers? I'm sure those... Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I know who those 3 viewers are. Let me take
Hi,
a
Dave.
wild guess here. Hey Dave. Hey Dave. Dave. Hey VG. It's me. Hey Bob. Oh wait, that's 4. How do we only have 3? Oh, because I don't count. I'm not important
No,
enough
you
to account.
I don't.
Do you not? Oh, you're not tuned in.
I have the chat window open.
Yeah, your computer probably can't handle having the stream and and your own stream open at the same time.
Excuse me? After
No,
my
his
upgrade?
computer can just fine. His Wi-Fi connection cannot, I'm
Yeah, his
sure.
Wi-Fi pop is probably it will potato. He looked at this stream. He was like, "Why the fuck would I want to support that? They have like 3 viewers."
No, it's because in order for it to count, I have to be listening to the audio as well, and that just gets really distracting after a while.
That's true. Yeah. Sammy and Chrissy binge watched the first 3 Jurassic Park movies last night. That happened. Oop, I didn't mean to nudge my microphone. I'm sorry about that, everybody.
You notice the distinct lack of feathers?
Yeah,
All
we were
systems check
talking
out.
about
No
that all the way
unusual
through.
activity.
I was just sitting there thinking about the...
And you said
Hasta la
all
vista,
3, so
baby.
she didn't see the 2 afterwards.
Yeah, we haven't gotten
those
that
weren't
far
Jurassic
yet.
Park. Those were
Yeah,
Jurassic
those
World.
are Jurassic World. Yep. I know, because we were like, I was like, wait, who is that actor? And I was like trying to look it up. Like, who is the actor in the Jurassic Park movie, the second Jurassic Park movie? And it would give me Jurassic World, and I couldn't find any information about Jurassic Park. And I was like, what the hell?
Just IMDb it.
But eventually got the information right because life finds a way.
Yeah, you know, I finally did get the information. I did have to dig for it, though. I had to dig. Like, any time I tried to search Jurassic Park anything, Jurassic World came up instead, and I was like, I'm literally typing in park algorithm. Hello? Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Who here read the book?
I read the original book.
There's
I
a
never
book?
read the book.
What's a book? You mean
Hyperspace.
like a
Checking
like a
systems
Kindle
now. Complete.
thing? Is there a Kindle thing about Jurassic Park?
I was going to say a
Making
stack
sure.
of cellulose wrapped in leather.
Or paper?
Paper? A what? Like e-paper?
Save the trees, man.
Yeah, save the bees. Save the whales. Save the snails. That's George Carlin.
Yeah, we got that.
Did you get that?
Sorry, but I'm starting to get believe Thanos maybe really did have the right idea.
Yep.
Yeah, we could lose almost all of Arkansas and not miss it.
I know I wouldn't.
Yeah, same with, you know, and then all the flat earthers were like, all the anti-vaxxers were like, scanner mode.
Acknowledged, Commander.
But no, you know, he says that, but he would miss it with every bullet so far.
Yeah. Every bullet. So.
Yeah, but my aim's getting better.
Yeah, I mean, you know, if you keep shooting, eventually you're gonna hit. You know.
I don't know, man. How many stormtroopers did you see hit anything?
Well, stormtroopers are excellent shots compared to
one who hit
Bogans.
Leia with the stun beam.
Confirming exit point telemetry. Stand by.
Alright, guys, I'll be right back.
Are we in agreement on that front, though? Stormtroopers are excellent marksmen compared to Vogans.
Compared to what?
Vogans.
Wait, what is that from?
Kitty Tiger's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Remember, Marvin said the safest place to stand when being shot at by Vogans is directly in front of them?
Directly in front of them, yeah. Remember that. Because that always reminded me of, like, my buddy Josh, who was like, if you're ever in a situation where someone's pointing a gun at you, the best thing to do is go fucking straight for them, because most of the time people panic and then their fucking aim gets off and they can't shoot you anyway. And I'm like, but then you're becoming a bigger and bigger target. And he's like, it doesn't fucking matter. And I'm like, you're bigger than me, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the closer you get, the likelihood of missing goes down.
Yeah, the likelihood of missing goes down.
Well,
I get the.
It happens to be a scatter gun.
Yeah, don't do that if it's a shotgun. But yeah, I get the reasoning though.
Oh damn! A metal remix at that, awesome.
Big Boo Bad Man.
That's pretty badass. I dig this.
Okay.
Yep.
Next coming route.
Accurate. I spend enough time in the Satan Tonio rock scene to know.
Satan Tonio?
Satan Tonio. There's a huge metal scene in Satan Tonio, man.
I haven't been to San Antonio in 20 years.
We did so many shows with metal bands, and they were like, "You're I mean, you're almost metal, right?" And we're like, "We're pop punk." That's not almost metal, but I mean, we can do metal shows. Yeah, we have a set list.
Like, we use distortion guitar.
We had a hard mode set list. We were like, you know, that when we get booked with a bunch of metal bands, this is the one we revert to. It was like Children in the Background, New Assassin, like all of our really hard songs. And you know, we had some success with that, you know? We had a good slew of different songs. You know, definitely couldn't play Coffee and Cigarettes, even though we'd hit the stage and all our fans that were there were like, play Coffee and Cigarettes! And like, you don't understand, this is a metal show. If we play Coffee and Cigarettes, people will try to beat the fuck out of us on
so you'll alienate the crowd.
Yeah, we will. All our fans will be fine, but we'll alienate the other people that are here to see everyone else. And then they'll leave, and then the band that's after us will be like, what the fuck, guys? So we can't do that. We have to try to go with the theme. And tonight the theme is Satan, but not totally Satan, but Satan. Okay. I'm down with that. Hail Satan. You know? Go for it.
Yeah, man. Hail Satan.
Satan.
Hail Santa.
Hail Satan. I mean, I don't fucking care. It's a punk show. How are these not fucking hand in hand already? Is my question. But you know, they weren't. We got called a lot of names. Well, Oh, this is, wow, this water world is way out there. Are there any other planets in this system that are worth looking at before I... Whoa, that is a big-ass star. Solar radius, 1.5. That's actually not that big, but hey. Body is a candidate for terraforming. There it is. The moon is also a candidate for terraforming. The water world is, of course, not a candidate for terraforming, because why the fuck would it be? It was a good song. I like this one. Let's go on the favorites list. It is already 7:43 p.m. here. I guess I should say 19:43 p.m. Wait, just 19:43. The p.m. doesn't matter in that case. Oh, we got some Final Fantasy V. What's up?
Could you imagine a 48-hour day?
You know that motherfucking jobs would be like, you're working 16 hours. And like, the fuck I am. Fuck you.
Oh god, work a double.
You're working a double back to back. Like, ooh,
32 hours on the clock straight.
Oh my god, dude, I used to hate that working for restaurants. I'd come in at 8 a.m., I'd leave at fucking 8 a.m., and they'd expect you back at 7:30 a.m., and you're just like, that's actually not technically possible. And they're like, you're gonna do it!
Yeah, I had one employer.
No breaks!
It's like,
sorry.
I'm not doing that shit. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah, I had one employer that tried to get me to do that, and I was like, we need you to work a double, and I was like, no. They raised 9 kinds of hell.
Ooh, yeah, no,
like, y'all need me a lot worse than I need you.
Where you go, like, tell you what, if you pay me double the salary, then I will work double the shift.
I'm not going to say where this target was, but or who it was, but they were constantly trying to get me to work like a night shift and then a following open shift, when like night shift would get out at like 3 a.m. and opening shift would be in at like 9, and I'm like, that's 6 hours of sleep. You think that's okay? I don't think that's okay. I need at least 8, my bro. Like, the doctors are like, you need at least 8. Like, and you think this is okay to ask us to do this? And when I would refuse them, they would give me so much shit. Like, well, we don't want to give you that many hours because your availability. And I'm like, because I won't work doubles? Fuck you. Get wrecked, dude. Like, you work a fucking double, then we'll fucking talk. But you won't do it because you're a manager, right? And you don't have to? So, like, fuck you. Fuck you, dude. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you're gonna pay me how much? And you want me to work a double? No, thank you. No, I'm not gonna do that. Fucking, you just you fucking keep making whatever excuses you need to. That's not okay. That's not okay. When you get into real jobs, they don't fucking do that shit to you. The worst shit is when they're like, it's crunch time and they're making their devs work overtime, but then they're salaried and then like the devs can't really say anything about that, you know? Fucked up. Fucked up. We need to fucking counter that culture. Can't just let them get away with that shit. Fuck you, you corporate fucking scumbag. Right? Right? I know you're with me on this one, Nat.
I agree.
Fuck yeah.
I agree.
Fucking me and Knack be shooting our fucking guns in the air like, no, fuck you, corporate fucking scumbaggy. I am. I don't know. Like, you would treat us with some fucking respect. It doesn't matter if fucking what level I work at, you know?
I won't play that shit.
No. No. As well you shouldn't. This is fucking America.
Like I said, one of them asked me if I would... job I had 21, 22 years ago. I was 19, 20. Whatever. Anyways, they wanted me to work 12-hour days, 7 days a week on salary. And I said, no.
No. No.
Just no. Not happening.
Now, one thing that I am liking is a lot of the some companies are adopting like a 10-hour 4-day-a-week shift, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. Give people 3 days off in a row. That's nice.
Depends on the work. It gets shitty in a hurry.
Depends on the work. You know what? That is a really good point, because restaurant work, I had a boss that was really about that, and I was like, but we don't get regular breaks either, and that makes that not okay when you're on your feet for 10 hours a day.
Yep.
Like now, you know, we want kind of the shorter shifts, but there is, you're right about that. There is a lot of give and take with that. It really does depend on the job. Especially if you're on your feet. If you're on your feet, that's one thing, you know?
Well, working as a mechanic, truck mechanic, and all the dealers and shit I've worked at over the years, I was always running around on my feet.
Yeah, of course.
And they did that shit for a while. I've worked some really screwed up schedules, but one of them was 4 10s, then off 3 days. But they had a rotating schedule, so it was fucked up. You could work 4 10s this week and 4 10s next week, but they butted up against one another, so you worked 8 10-hour days in a row.
Right, and then your schedule would change. Like, that's so dumb. That's
yeah,
really
it would
dumb.
get. Oh my god, it'd get fucked up.
Yeah.
One of the places I worked at though wasn't that bad. When I worked at the international dealership, they had a screwy rotating schedule, but it was 8-hour days. So, and you would have the same thing. You have 5 days one week, 5 days next week, and they butt up against one another. But you'd end up working 10 days straight. But at the end of that 10 days, you got 4 days in a row off.
I used to do that when I worked at a gas station, where it would be like I would have off Monday, Tuesday. I would work Wednesday through Saturday, or Wednesday through Sunday, and then the next week I'd work Monday through Friday, and then I'd have off Saturday and Sunday. So like I would have off 4 days in a row, but I would also be working 10 days in a row.
Exactly. It rotated because that only happened once a month. And then you were off every other weekend. You were off every other Saturday and Sunday. And then the week where you didn't have 4 off in a row, you had 2 days off during the week. And I think mine was Wednesday and Thursday, so I was off Saturday, Sunday, work Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday, and then come back on Friday night when I was working night shift. I'd work until midnight, get off, go home. I had to be right back at work 7 o'clock Saturday morning.
Wow.
I hated that.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
My shift supervisor that I was working under, like one night I came home on a Friday, dog ass tired, went to bed, crashed, slept through my alarm the next morning. I woke up like 9:30. My alarm clock had been going off for almost 3 hours. Didn't hear it. I got up, threw his clothes on, bolted to work. I walked in the door, and he didn't say a word to me. He's like, shit happens, man. I know what it's like when you work at night shift.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, I fucking straight up slept through my alarm clock.
Yeah, and it's crazy when you do that, too, because you're so used to getting up to it. And you just know that, like, that's how fucking exhausted you were. Like, your body was straight like, hey, no, we hear it, but we're not sending those signals to your brain. Fuck you.
Yeah, we're just tuning that shit out for a little while longer.
Yeah, you're sleeping. So... Yeah, there's a lot of back and forth about it. I particularly like in modern times the push for remote work, work being a lot of remote, for those of us who really don't have any reason to be on site. Like on site really doesn't do anything that having an IM open couldn't do for us anyway. Like I don't need to see
I
these
have to
people
be there.
face-to-face.
I can't work
for
on
you.
trucks remotely.
Right, you can't remotely. I mean, the future, robotics and all. But yeah, no, I get you. You can't be there remotely. But for somebody like a software dev, like, why do I need to sit in a cubicle? Like, let's be serious here. What is the gain from me sitting in a cubicle? Is it just so the manager can sometimes pass by and be like, "What are you doing? Are you on Imager, or are you working?"
I I mean, we have someone here who has that kind of work. We could ask them.
Oh yeah, Bob, you're a full-fledged software developer, and that's all you do.
Well, I don't really work on end user hardware anymore, right? So there really is no realistic reason why I have to go to the office, right?
Right?
But I still have to because my boss requires it.
You don't need to go into the room and like physically work on those like hardware pieces. So like, what is it that you do that couldn't just be like over IM or over
Absolutely
email?
Nothing. There's nothing that I can't do remotely, but they still require me to go into work every day.
From my perspective, I'm like,
because HR and office politics. Okay.
Do you have that boss that passes by your office once a day? I'm like, you actually working, or are you looking at porn?
Oh heck no, neither. Yeah,
or
no.
porn.
He's not like that, and his boss is not like that. And in fact, his boss works entirely remote. Bless you again.
Oh,
right.
Whoops.
So
press the button by accident. Go ahead.
But there is this job role definition that says anyone in desktop services has to be in the office because they're end user support, and they need to be there to either directly interface with end users or directly interface with hardware.
Right, face to face, yeah.
But everything that I do, I hardly ever have any kind of FaceTime with end users anymore.
Right, and maybe the next generation of your line of tech will be remote. Hopefully.
So I'm not a tech. I'm not a tech anymore. My job title is administrator.
Oh wow, administrator. You now, congratulations, pseudo, congratulations.
So
I made a joke.
My job title is because for some reason they couldn't put system administrator in desktop services. I don't know why. So I am a desktop technology administrator, and as such, I deal more with maintaining the systems that department uses to manage end user computers than actually working on end user computer problems.
I personally don't see why companies wouldn't try after having your dudes remote, because at the end of the day, you're not paying for lights on. You know what I mean? You're not paying for space and lights. And so, to me, that's a significant way to boost the amount of money that you're obviously pumping into your owner or whatever the fuck.
So there's actually that policy of hey, we need you all to come into the office is sort of biting that department in the ass right now, because there are exceptions to it, right? We have 2 people who are over the age of 65 who work remotely because they're high risk. Right? So, okay, fine. Why can't the rest of us work remotely and, come into the office by appointment, right?
Right.
Nope, we need you here. Why?
Yeah, can you give a reason? Well, because that's how you do it.
So, we've lost two techs in the last few months because they got job offers from other departments in the company that said, "Oh yeah, by the way, we'll let you work from home."
Mm-hmm. Because we all had to work remote for a while, and we all found that except my department, except your department.
Nope. Yeah, there were a small handful of people in my department who all worked remote for a while, mostly because they were over the age of 65 or were high risk for other reasons, right? But the vast majority of us were going to the office every day in spite of the fact that we're in the middle of a pandemic.
So
right.
I actually was going to say, I've also thought of another reason why they would actually want you to be there as opposed to working remotely. So if you were working remotely, would you say it would use more power in terms of at your home?
No.
No, I'll put it this way.
I get where you're going.
Right.
And no, it would not increase my electrical bill at all because this machine is always on anyway.
Most PCs
except for at night.
Most PCs are built to be always on. In fact,
You guys
that
are
was
just
like
not getting any
that was like
warning at all
minutes
today.
ago. It was fucking.
A fine example of that is like spinning hard drives is actually better on them to be powered up and idle than it is to cycle them over and over and over.
Start and stop, start and stop. It's kind of like a car in that case. Like start and
My
stop.
son's hollering at me.
Driving and
Yeah,
start and stop
the thing
traffic
is
is
that-
much worse than freeway driving.
The point being that people could make that argument to those that it's like, hey, if we're going to be, working here from home, we might need to be compensated a little bit more, and it might be in their interest cheaper for you
Why?
to work.
Why would they need to be compensated more for gas? Maybe for the commute, for the hour and a
the
half commute through
employees
Austin,
would
perhaps. Like
It might be cheaper for gas money than it would be for like utilities or for having to pay for your internet bills.
those utilities are getting used anyway. Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
matter.
that's part of your own responsibility.
Unless you live by yourself.
Companies like the company I work for are still trying to figure out this remote work thing. Okay, this company has a lot of remote workforce. That's part of what my job now is to support that remote workforce, right?
Right.
But they're still trying to figure out how that changes the way that they're, the way that different departments operate. Okay. So there's a bit of confusion and lag period, and if they can push back against a department, sending their people to work from home, then they will. And for whatever reason, my department is one of the ones that they're able to push around like that. So I've asked multiple times, hey, would it make sense for me to work from home? Hey, nice water world.
Thank you.
And I got pushed back every time. No, I need you here in the office. Now, there might be a bit of a, my boss is still kind of new to his role, and it's useful to have somebody around who knows where all the bodies are buried. But it's not like he couldn't call me or send me an IM, right?
Right. And I think that naturally, as companies start to really analyze this and they start to actually put minds in their company to would this be better to have these guys remote? Like the overwhelming response is going to be, well, yeah. Like nothing really changes for a lot of these roles unless you're in direct customer service or something like that, where you need to be the face of the company. But even then, we're seeing the rise of people like Chrissy, who are able to work from home in customer service roles, and it doesn't deter their productivity, or it doesn't get in the way of any of that. Like they're just as productive at home, if not more so than they would be in the office. Referring to
your wife as an example, right? There's a hidden benefit there that maybe we don't fully see. Okay, for example, her employer is deliberately employing people who work remotely that live in the Austin area because they get a tax break for doing so. So there could be a hidden cost to having a remote workforce that we're not aware of, being the boots on the ground, as it were, right?
They actually don't. They stopped caring about that. As a matter of fact, at this point, it's about where I'm going to wind up working, where we move. But that's a completely different conversation. They now have people not only in Austin, they're spread out now. So it's been kind of a transition for them, I think, too. Where they're, yes, they do have to worry about state taxes and things like that. They normally would have to worry about filing, your
Hull integrity is
W-2s and all that shit.
All other systems are at normal levels.
Is I think where you were going with that, right? Is tax.
I have no idea.
Standing
There's a human resources component to this that I don't understand because I don't work in human resources.
Yeah, and neither do I. Neither do I. I don't understand all these like companies and colleges and stuff like that that are like, we need people on. Actually, no, you know, colleges are different. Colleges are different because I'm paying $200+ for a parking permit to literally park my car. Each person, can you imagine collecting $200 to $300 per person in your university just for parking? Like, what?
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And then you go, and it's not even like guaranteed parking. Like, it's a chance that you may be able to park, maybe. Hey, but we got your money, so what the fuck ever. Like, that's on you, bro. Like, man, fuck college, dude. Like,
I've seen people who
colleges.
They got that parking permit specifically because, like,
That's affirmative,
instead
Commander.
of doing housing, like, or you know, like that, they park their car and they live in the car.
Right? And if you're willing to live in your car, then fucking A. Shit, park your car there all the goddamn time. What are they gonna do? Tow you? You fucking pay $300.
When you've got classes in so many different departments going on, essentially from about 7 a.m. to about like 6 to 7 p.m.
Or if you're part-time, then it's, you know.
Well, you've got professors who are, you know, they're working late. You know, you got all sorts of the maintenance people and the people who work in the jobs and stuff.
Well, the professors get to pay less. The students, on the other hand, who are already paying for tuition, that's not included. So it's like $200-300.
Well, I know, but that's the whole point. Is like there's never gonna be enough space for the number of people who are gonna go to the university.
Right? Which, you know, that space doesn't matter. What matters is that everyone's paid. That, like, space is irrelevant. Like, if we don't have space for all these people, like, whoops. But, if, you know, as long as they're paying, then we're good.
Course adjustment.
Like, because we don't really care if they're actually getting the education or not. What we care about is if they're paying us to get the education.
Their business is the same as anyone else. It's just they're held to, like, you know.
Right, but they're so yes, again, they are businesses before they are educational institutions. First, they are businesses, and then they are educational institutions.
Can I change the subject just a little bit here?
Sure.
Knack, are you okay, buddy?
No, I've not been feeling good all day. I've had a headache.
Oh man,
Because I noticed you haven't moved from Wuganagi the whole stream.
Yeah.
So I'm a little concerned about you, man. If you're fighting a headache and you're not feeling good, you should go lay down.
yeah, please take the day
Go
off.
take something.
I
Go
was
lay down.
thinking about it, but I don't want to bail.
No. You are not.
You got to take care of yourself first.
Yeah,
man.
please take care of your health before you're here. Like that, it's fine. Fine. The show must go on, and we'll miss you, but please take care of yourself.
Yeah, take care of your health, man.
Okay, Commander.
Just a headache.
You take
Well,
anything?
Like I
for it, or
said,
what?
I was busy doing a bunch of stuff today. I was running all over creation. I didn't realize I hadn't eaten anything until about, I don't know, 3 hours ago.
Dude, and you're large mammal like myself. You gotta fuel up, brother.
He ate. Don't worry, he ate.
As I said, I ate for the first time today about 3 hours ago.
Pussy does not count as a meal.
Yes, it does.
What's your reasoning on that?
Big
That's-
system and route.
It's like a snack. That's like or like cake or something. Like you
Like I said,
thoroughly
there's no
enjoy it,
caloric
but
intake there.
yeah, the nutritional value is probably not, you know,
It's
like
negative.
vegetable levels.
I didn't say anything about nutritional value.
I did. You gotta eat. That's what gives you the fuel to keep going.
You don't have to eat good in order to eat, though. Is what
I
he's trying
mean,
to say.
it gives me some some sustenance to keep going.
Like,
It
trust me,
sustains me. It gives me a reason to keep on keeping on.
yeah. You see, mental health reasons, perfectly healthy, but physical, especially being a large mammal, like I'm just saying, it's not going to keep you going throughout the day. You need at least also some penis, like.
I was gonna say the thing is I'm at work.
He goes right back to that NAC VG69.
Yep. Yeah. No, we're still going there. I mean, I'm not gonna, unless Chrissy told me to make that joke and it still pops. I'm just saying. She said, just be like, unless.
Reconstructing lemons.
Oh.
Lemons.
First up, conversion gel.
It goes behind that now.
Finally.
Will that give you lemons?
You know what time it is.
Let's all stay positive and do some science. Yes, sir.
We're missing Psychon.
I know. It's not a ninja dance party without him.
We'll get there. Psychon, do the truffle shuffle. Wait, no. Don't do the truffle shuffle.
No.
Nope.
Psychon. You know he'd be flossing anyway.
Yeah, he'd be flossing.
Lemons.
His thumb is right there on the pulse of society.
What a time for him to step away. We finally get the lemons.
You may have heard we're going to phase out human testing. There's still a few things left to wrap up, though.
Like what?
The bean counters told me we literally could not afford to buy $7 worth of moon rocks, much less 70 million. Bought them anyway. Ground them up, mixed them into a gel.
Whatever. Okay.
Dave Johnson, gotta love it.
Right?
Ground up moon rocks are pure poison.
And he made it good. He made a damn good J. Jonah Jameson too, I have to say.
Well,
The
I
best.
love J.K. Simmons.
Right?
Has anyone seen Invincible?
I've not seen Invincible now.
He's shit. Fuck, I'm trying to remember.
That's not nice, Snack.
Well, his character
shouldn't
name, I
call
think,
someone
was
shit.
Nathan. But what was it, Omega Man or fuck? I can't remember his superhero name. Anyways,
It's not Mega Man.
no Omega.
Oh.
Now engaged.
Oh, Mega Man. No, wait, no. Hold on. I got that wrong still. Oh. Wait, no. Oh, Mega Man. No, still sounds like Mega Man to me. I can't do it. I'm not unable to do it without it sounding like
Nolan
Mega Man.
Grayson, Omni Man. That was his character
Omni-Man.
name.
The one from that show that's been really getting a lot of traction lately. Where
Yeah, the
Omni-Man
animated
is,
show?
like, fucked up. Yeah. Man, that
Yeah, I
shit's
watched it.
fucked up. That's awesome.
I like
I
it. It
kind
was
of
good.
like. Yeah, I like it. It's weird. It's fucking like, oh man, everything that happens here just makes me think about like what the fuck. But like
With the
Seth
lemons.
Rogen's in it.
with the lemons. There it goes. There it goes.
Burns your house down. Yeah. Yeah, J.K. Simmons is in it as Omni Man.
I didn't know that was J.K. I didn't realize that was J.K. Simmons.
Listen
Man.
to his voice.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been learning a lot. Like, you know what? I didn't bring this up last stream, and now I get to bring it up. I am 38 years. I am about to be 38 years old in just a few days, and I just finding out that fucking Minsk.
Arcturus Minx.
Minsk.
No,
Minsk.
was voiced by motherfucking Jim Cummings.
Oh yeah. You know
Yeah.
that?
I did
Yeah.
not know that. That is the voice of my childhood. Like I loved him as
Yeah.
Darkwing Duck and Winnie the Pooh and fucking.
He's one of the big three, man.
He's fucking the.
He was
He's one of
also Robotnik
He
in
was
the
like the
Saturday
big guy.
morning Sonic show.
Yes, that's true. He was also Sonic. He was
He's
also
one of the big
Robotnik.
three, man.
Scanner mode.
Acknowledged.
I did not know that he was in any way, and he was also Gorion in Baldur's Gate. He was also Gorion. And I should have caught on to that. I should have known that that was Jim Cummings. But now I'm finding out that that's Jim Cummings.
Yeah, his voice, even though he tries to cover it up, disguise it slightly, if you're paying attention, you can nail it. That's definitely him.
So
Yeah,
he's
wow.
That
one of the big
raspy,
three.
gravelly voice.
The three voices of our childhood, right? Jim Cummings, Frank Welker, Peter Cullen.
Right? I mean, it's like,
Well, I know, of course, I know Peter Cullen, but who was the other one? Frank Walker.
Frank Welker.
Welker.
Frank Welker, the voice of like everybody else.
the voice of everybody else.
Like Peter Cullen was Optimus Prime. Frank Welker was everyone else.
Jeez. We were talking about Dinobots yesterday, and Chrissy was like, "Was that its own show?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure that was just part of the Transformers like main arc." And yeah, that was weird.
They were the main foil to the Constructicons, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we were like, watching.
Seriously, Knack, you don't know who Frank Welker is?
That's not a name.
Voice of fucking Megatron.
Oh, okay.
Right, and that voice came out of a human larynx. That is a non-digitally enhanced voice.
Yeah, right.
Or analog enhanced.
Did they know what digitally enhanced was back then? I don't think they did. Did they?
Really? I mean, a little bit.
The most digitally enhanced.
Look at what they did with Soundwave, right? Like Soundwave was also Frank Welker, right?
Yeah.
Also, Dr. Claw from Inspector Gadget.
Wow! Did you just bring up Claw? Wow!
Right?
You can't do that.
He was also Freddy in Scooby-Doo, but also Scooby, right?
Fred and Scooby are the same person. Yeah, right? Ruh-roh.
Jumping to next system.
Wow. He wasn't... Hold on, no, that wasn't... Who was Porky Pig? That wasn't him.
Oh, no, you're thinking of the other two.
Yeah, that's
Tex
backing up a
Avery,
generation.
Tex Avery and Mel Blanc.
That was Mel Blanc, right?
That's back up a generation, yeah.
Scan. Stand by.
Yeah.
Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
Okay, yeah, I remember Mel Blanc doing it. I remember seeing him on like
that is on his tombstone, by the way.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Bob Burgeon did it and did Porky Pig in Space Jam. That's important.
I was watching a fucked up show you may or may not have heard of called Crossing Swords.
Was it porn? It was porn, wasn't it?
No, it was not porn.
Of course it was.
It's a stop motion animation akin to Robot Chicken, but it's fucked up. Anyways, I was watching
Dave was like, I've seen that porn.
Anyways, I was watching it. My daughter walks in, and the main character's sister is just cussing up a storm, dropping F-bombs right and left, and my daughter correctly nails. She's like, "That's Tara Strong." And I'm sitting there laughing my ass off. I'm like, "Yeah, that's Twilight Sparkle cussing her ass off."
And then it was, yeah.
And then she goes, "Ew, Dad, I didn't know you watched this."
No, she thought it was hilarious.
She knew he watched it. He probably watched it with us. Did you not watch that with your daughter?
What,
all right,
My Little Pony?
This is going wrong places here.
No, it's all right.
Yeah, I took her to go see the My Little Pony movie when it hit theaters.
I'm talking about Psychon.
Psychon's gonna take it to those bad places, okay? But that was a good-ass, wholesome cartoon. That was a fucking wonderful, great thing. And then fucking everybody, of course, shit on it because fucking that's what we do. Fucking Rule 34, motherfuckers. We're gonna make porn of it, especially if it suggests that it may or may have a vagina. We're gonna make porn of it.
Vagina is optional.
But Mac, no truer words have ever been spoken. That was so true it hurt me inside. I don't know. My butthole kind of puckered on that one. Bob straight left. That's how fucking impactful that was. Fucking no, Psychon, you do not pull out that. That's what she said. He's like, Rule 34 then. No. Spraying you with the spray bottle.
I was gonna say, if Bob had watered off, I was gonna. Well, if he comes back, if he ever
comes back.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good show. I thought, like, of what I saw of it, it was really well written, and it was wholesome and awesome.
Course adjustment.
And I looked back and I was like, this is
now
a show where they're not, like, you know, just going after this constant, like, toy cash grab. Like, that's still part of it, but that's not what it's all about. And, like, I think about the shows that I grew up with, including My Little Pony, and that's literally what they were all about. Like, they didn't really have a whole lot of message or anything in there, unless they, and if they did, they had to specifically tell you at the end that Sonic says don't talk to strangers. That's actually what the show is about. Like, oh, I wouldn't have known that because you were waving keys in front of my face the entire time with these
Sonic
new bad
says,
guys.
Don't get inside the dryer.
That happened. We have to accept that was an actual thing that happened with a bunch of kids. And I'm not gonna lie, probably parents that put their kids in dryers because they were tired of fucking putting up with them. That's a thing. That is a thing that really happened.
Yeah, those are terrible human beings.
They are terrible human beings. It's like the kind of people who would just dump a dog off in the middle of fucking, instead of, like, finding them a new home. Like, you know, or like, we saw a TikTok earlier about somebody who just threw a cat out of a window on the highway. Like, that's not okay. That's not how you should treat another fucking life. But, like, that, for some reason, that's okay.
So, by the way, Psychon, you missed the lemons.
Affirmative, Commander.
Yeah, you totally missed lemons. It came on and you were gone the entire time.
There's something going on Bob's camera. I don't know what it is.
Bob's throwing a little confetti party. He's
doing something, yeah.
He's got a piñata, you know, he's getting some candy.
Yep, something's going on over there.
But yeah, I figured you above others would have laughed at that about that comment on the crossing swords, because that sounds pretty spicy to me.
That is pretty spicy, yeah.
I do not know what you mean.
What's going on over where?
Not exactly sure what it is that you're talking about. What do you mean by crossing swords? Is that like a play on... I do enjoy a good book about swordplay, I will tell you that. I'm currently reading...
That's how it goes, eh?
I'm currently reading the commentaries on... What was the book that I made up last time on the spot? Because
I don't know.
Fucking, of course, my wife is like, "What is it you're reading?" And I'm like, I didn't plan that. I was just like, he has his face buried in a book. Okay, I'll make up a title right now. He's probably reading some kind of combat novel, talking of, you know, he's a blacksmith and also a swordsmaster, and I'm reading a book where he's talking about how the science of crafting a sword also has a lot to do with its use in combat. Yes.
And of course she goes, "Is it a spicy book?" And
Is
so
it
once she talks about she goes,
what do you mean by spicy?
Yeah, I haven't taken a bite out of it.
Romance novels and stuff, and I was like, as soon as he talks about cross swords, I was like, that sounds pretty spicy to me.
Yeah.
Well, now that Bob is back, I was going to see if he remembered a certain PC case.
A spicy PC case. I'm not actually sure, but I'm putting that
I need a little bit more context than that.
Well, you saw me, I was using it for something a while back, and you asked me, it was like, what's up with the brony case?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I remember that. And you were making it for your daughter, and my wife was like, "Oh my god, that's awesome."
Mm-hmm.
Because that's that's awesome.
That was for her 6th or 7th birthday. I bought a case on Newegg, and I took it over to Digital Effects in Texarkana and had them do a custom wrap on it.
That's awesome.
Still got it. It's upstairs in the closet. She kind of outgrew it. But I figured one of these, I'll never get rid of it. One of these days, though, after she's going through my effects, after I'm gone or whatever, she's going to run across that thing and go, okay.
Aw, baby's first PC case.
I don't know.
I'm
pretty sure she's going to be like, one day coming across it like, you know what? Can I take this? I don't know. I went through the nostalgia thing. I think everybody goes through the nostalgia thing at some point, and you look at stuff like that, and you're like, this was actually really neat. And
well, it's only nostalgic if you no longer have it.
Okay, that's fair.
All right, all of the stuff that I have the fondest memories of, I still have.
Right, but mine might still be nostalgic for like the growing up with the show. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's rang true for all of us these days, and especially nowadays where we have, I mean, Masters of the Universe is getting a fucking remake. You know what I mean? Like, I'm nostalgic for that, and I don't even remember most of the cartoons I saw because most of them were just cash grabs for a fucking toy line. You know?
I never watched Masters of the Universe.
I had all of the. I had the 2 castles. I had Castle Grayskull. I had the other castle. I had I had the fucking. I had cat scared
and
cat.
And you say you grew up poor. Like, I never had any of those.
That's way more than I ever had.
Like Battle Cat and Cringer, man, that shit was expensive. You're gonna get in Castle Grayskull, man. That play set was fucking an arm and a leg, man. I wanted that so bad when I was 5-6 years old. Never got it.
But you also had a PC.
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, shit. You learned more about that shit than I did somehow then. Well, shit, I wasn't fucking poor. I'm a fucking, look at me. I'm a fucking lying piece of shit. Fuck me, right? But I didn't have cable, and everybody I know seems to have had cable, and they're like, this show, and that show, and this movie, and that movie, and I'm like, I never went to movies. I never got cable.
Yeah,
and
when I was a kid, I suffered supreme envy because of fucking motherfucking Chippendale Rescue Rangers.
And when I fucking asked my mom about that shit, the answer was always, we don't have money for that, dude. Like, fucking, we're sitting here with plastic silverware and saving ketchup packets. Like, fucking, you think I have money for this? I'm a
rolling pennies for gas.
Single mother that is a fucking elementary school teacher. I don't have money for this. But I was rich. I didn't know. I had no fucking earthly idea. Apparently.
Well, I was gonna say someone was coming off of some lettuce or something.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt in my mind
that what was happening there. And remember, there's a bit of a gap between you and me, right? So these toys were new when I was that age, right?
That's true.
And but your mom might have been getting those from a secondhand shop, right?
Okay.
Those were coming from Value Village and shit.
So one thing that was really cool when I was growing up was like, okay, so I wound up getting Sega Visions, Nintendo Power, all of those magazines, and not because I had a subscription to them, not at all, because so we would go into, I remember this very clearly, we would go into the post office and they would bring out this giant like tub on wheels, and we would dig through it, and I would pick magazines out of it. And you'd see like shit like Playboy in there, and like just magazines that people like wound up returning for whatever reason, or like return to sender that they were just gonna toss. And yeah, that's how I got all my copies of like Sega Visions, had like somebody else's address on them, and I would, comic books, all of it, I would just throw them all into a big bin that I had in my room. Half the time I wouldn't even read through them, except unless they were video game, because I was specifically latched on to magazines like PC Gamer and Electronic Gaming Monthly that talked about PC.
Yeah, I used to actually have a subscription to both of those.
Yeah, I never had a subscription to any magazine because like my mom was always like, that's way too expensive for us. Like,
well, I'll tell you this though, speaking of Sega Vision, there was a game that I never saw any advertising material for in anything, but I picked it up because it was featured in the centerfold of Sega Visions. Yeah. I don't know if anyone here's ever played it. Beyond Oasis.
I remember the ads for Beyond Oasis, but I never picked it up. No.
That game was awesome.
Was it really?
Oh yeah, it was fun.
That's cool.
It was
scanning for anomalies. Undetected.
Action RPG game? I mean, it was badass. I loved it. What?
Yeah, sort of, I guess.
Sure, yeah. Action RPG wasn't a new concept back then. We had, Secret of Mana was an action RPG.
Legend of Zelda.
Legend of Zelda was kind of an action RPG, yeah.
But also
Willow.
I was going to say, it also had features or elements of fighting games in it because you could pull off special moves and shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an interesting game.
So, I didn't actually own the game, but I played it because we had the Sega channel through our
Oh
okay.
yeah. I couldn't get that. Not where I lived.
I thought that was so cool when I was reading about that in magazines. I was like, you should have bought a Genesis. But then, like, you know, I was like, Mom, let's get a Genesis, and she's like, you already have a Nintendo. You know, like,
I mean, to
why
be
do you need a
fair,
Game
like-
Boy? You already have a Nintendo, right? And I'm like, I want a Super Nintendo. You already have a Nintendo. Like, why is everything a Nintendo to this generation? It's like every soft drink being a Coke. That's so weird.
So that was the new, right? The after the revival, right?
After
Before
the
that,
revival,
they
yeah.
were all Ataris.
Atari,
Were they
yeah.
really?
Yep.
I did not know that. I mean, there's no way.
Yeah,
I would know
everything
that.
was Atari
Really?
prior to '83.
So your
Yep,
parents were like,
everything.
"What? Why do you need a
Why do you need a
ColecoVision? You already,
ColecoVision? We already have an Atari.
we already have an Atari. Wow. Okay. Why do you? You already have an Atari. Why do you need this other Atari?
Key systems
One thing
are
to
at optimal
remember,
levels. Ready for
by
exit now.
1983, the Atari 2600 was 6 years old.
Scanning for
Yep.
information.
It was really lagging behind, and everyone was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
you have an
Oh, so
Atari?"
The 5200 was out by then.
Yeah, the 5200 had already been out, what, 1 or 2 years?
Yeah.
And you know, me as like a 0-year-old child was like, I need a ColecoVision.
Oh, the Atari 5200 was a badass
I
machine
need-
when it launched.
So,
Yeah, it
so I've
was.
heard. I've had friends that have owned it.
So was
but
the
I never did.
ColecoVision.
And it was
I remember
mostly because
ColecoVision.
it was. I've noticed that it was mostly friends that I've had that had like parents who were hippies that had fucking like Ataris and shit because they were like
So one of
embracing
the things
science
about
and shit like that.
one of the things that bit Atari in the ass is that they were very innovative, but they always seemed to innovate in the wrong direction.
What do you mean?
And they
How do-
always had a shitload of irons in the fire.
How do you mean?
Yeah.
How did they? What do you mean by
So
innovating in the wrong
they always
direction?
tended to innovate in the direction of more complexity,
Okay.
right? Instead of simplifying their games and their game controls, they're always trying to add more complexity for the sake of adding more complexity, right? Instead of innovating to add complexity for the sake of better gameplay.
Okay.
Well, it was all about, back then, a lot of it was about the one-upping the other player, or the opponent's opposition's hardware.
Is
Like,
that
look
is
what
that
we can do.
is
All
that
right,
what-
does anyone actually want to fucking use the thing?
is that what later would devolve into the bit wars? The 16-bit, 32-bit.
No,
8-bit,
so
4-bit.
those were the console wars actually.
Next,
The same
The
console
bit wars
wars
were
that are still going on today,
Yeah.
No.
Well,
but
No.
different,
Depends on the generation.
right?
So by
So
then, that was what, the 3rd generation consoles?
there was the console wars started between Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah, sure.
Because they were fighting for the same market share. Atari was already out. They pretty much had no market share by that point, right? By
Right.
1985, Atari had no presence in the market whatsoever, right? So along comes Nintendo and just about single-handedly revives the video game market in this country, which is a monumental achievement.
Yeah,
Right.
Jack Tramiel was a fucking idiot.
Yeah, Jack Tramiel made some pretty poor decisions.
Nintendo approached Atari to license their product under Atari's name, which was already established in the U.S., and they said no.
So Bushnell didn't make great decisions either, Knack.
Yeah, no.
No, he didn't. All right, case in point, the whole IBM PC fiasco.
Case in point, the existence of Apple computers.
All the people
Yeah, true
breaking
that.
off from Atari at that time to
Yeah, he
fucking
had
create their own video
he had
games
an
that were just
option
kind
to-
of like could be anything, you know?
He had the option to buy in Apple computer.
He could have
It was
owned
either
Apple.
it was either $20,000 or $50,000.
He could have supported a budding market with all of these indie devs. Essentially, they were indie devs who were building games for their
No,
platform.
So
But
look
they
at it.
didn't.
Look at it from Bushnell's perspective, right? He created an industry. Okay, there was no reason for him to share it with anybody.
Right, and how many times have we seen that particular fuck up in the electronics industry? Not only Atari, but also Microsoft, who sent a cease and desist letter to who? the open source, what would later become the open source community, what would later evolve into the open source community. Right?
Don't get me started on that bullshit.
Please stop taking apart our software. We have the license on this software, and that's plagiarism. Well, no. We didn't copy your shit and call it ours. That's plagiarism. What we did is reverse engineer your shit and then engineer our own software. That's different. And the courts would later rule, yes, that's fucking different, bro. Much to Microsoft's dismay.
So the console wars occurred when Sega tried to break into the North American market, right? Unsuccessfully with the Master System, and then with greater success with the introduction of the Genesis, because they beat Nintendo to market with a 16-bit system.
Because of the bit war, which would start the bit wars as well.
No, that started the console wars. There was no bit wars. Right, it was a console war between Nintendo and Genesis. That's where all those, Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah.
That's where all that came from. Now the bit wars came later, right? That was when Nintendo again was late to market with a 32-bit console, okay, and publicly humiliated Sony.
Oh yeah, they totally pissed them the fuck off.
Right, and they cost themselves a huge amount of market share by doing that, right? And that started the 16-bit versus 32-bit versus 64-bit war. That's what you're thinking of.
The bit, yeah. I just remember growing up with you had Nintendo, who was like this 8-bit system, with the NES, and then you had, Sega, who's like a big fucking marketing thing, was like. What we had two things during that time.
Genesis does what Nintendo don't, right? Blast processing 16-bit.
Blast processing
blah, 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 blah.
16-bit. Blast processing 16-bit. Those were the two words that sold people, I feel like, in the majority. And that also comes from the fact that, on the bus when we were going to school, these people would be like, "Hey, you haven't owned a Nintendo? That's stupid. I have a Genesis. It's 16-bit. Yours is 2-bit or whatever."
So that was called the console war because that was Genesis versus Nintendo.
So the bit wars was something different. The bit wars probably was like PlayStation era when they were like, haha, 32-bit.
Right, and then Nintendo announces the Ultra 64.
Right, 64-bit.
After the Atari Jaguar, the world's first 64-bit game console.
And they were like, "This
was absolutely fucking not. It was two 32-bit processors."
This was we were going by number of colors, and that's now that we can't go past 64. What do we do?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, after about 2000. Yeah, about 2000, the number of on-screen colors became largely a moot point.
It was the whole time they talked about it like this was the overall performance of the system. Dude, it's just the number of colors they're able to display on screen. And that used to be a big deal, and now it's not really that big a fucking deal.
You know what the main limiting factor of that was? Main limiting factors?
What was that?
VRAM and clock speed.
VRAM and clock speed.
You needed the VRAM to assign all the different possible color palettes at once, and you needed the clock speed to be able to update all of those. The Genesis had the clock speed, it didn't have the VRAM.
Yep. So, but still, Genesis, 256 colors.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Super Nintendo, 24-bit color.
Yep. Like I said, the Genesis had the better base processor, but the Super Nintendo had the better graphics chip.
Yep.
And then even though they remarked those things based on their color performance, the Super Nintendo still stuck with 16-bit. Why? Because all the other systems were basing that bit number off their color display. Their ability to display this number of colors on screen.
So for that generation, yes.
Right.
That's what 8-bit versus 16-bit meant. Okay, 8-bit meant 256 possible colors, right? 16-bit meant 24 million possible colors. Okay, with up to 256 on screen at the same time for most consoles of that era.
Stand by.
Okay, that's why it was the console war. Now the bit war was when 32-bit processors actually became a thing.
Is this a white dwarf?
No, that's a neutron star.
Okay, this is the new The new graphic for the neutron stars. Okay.
I'm trying to remember what the screen palette was for the original NES. I think it was 5 colors, 4 on screen, not counting the background.
5 colors per sprite. 256 colors total in the palette.
Right, I'm talking about on screen at once.
Each palette could have up to 16 colors.
I'm trying to remember. I'm not that familiar with the original NES as far as its architecture goes, but
I'm not gonna lie. I learned everything I know about that off 8-Bit Guy. I'm just putting that out there.
Well, NES is the one thing I don't know the ins and outs of that well. I know the processor that's in it real well, but I don't know its graphics capabilities.
Also, the sound chip as well. He did a wonderful commentary about the sound chips in those, which I really loved because man,
he likes that Yummy Yamaha.
And the SID.
I also saw this thing about his network, and I was like, bro, really, Max though?
Yeah, oh no, he loves his Max.
I'm gonna come to your house.
But he do love the Commodores too, though. So, and Nat can tell you he's got some things to say about Jack Tramiel.
I have a shitload of Macs, but if you want to build a gaming 95 PC, it's Windows. Of course it is. Of course, everything's written for Windows.
Someone actually released a sound card here a while back for ISA slots that uses a FID chip, or was it 2 FID chips? And it sounded pretty neat.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
I want to say it was either 8-Bit Guy or LGR that featured it.
Oh, they both did.
Yeah, these days when it comes to sound chips, I don't really care about external sound cards very much because they don't really matter that much. Unless you're specifically buying an interface. That is what modern sound chips, I feel like, are for, are interfaces.
Yeah, but we're talking old school, man. Like,
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I know you are.
I was always fond of the sound of the Pokey processor on the Atari. But see, the Pokey on the Atari handled more than just sound.
Scan mode.
Affirmative.
Pokey actually stood for potentiometer keyboard. It handled all the input on the Atari and the sound generation.
You know what? I think I can make a few more jumps before we find an LZ for the night. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. What do you guys think?
Sure.
So we're still making our way toward waypoint 6, was it? Waypoint 6? 7. 7. Okay, I keep getting
We're skipping 6 because 6 is unroutable.
Yeah, we're unplottable to route to waypoint 6. We're making our way to waypoint 7. We are now calling our end goal at Colonia instead of the bubble because, I mean, Colonia is our home. What can we say? You know, like I feel like we spent the majority of
proud members of the CCN.
Completing system scan.
Yeah, proud members of the CCN.
Gathering information.
The Colonia
cartography has now been updated.
Citizens Network.
Guys. I think that's appropriate. I think ending the journey in Colonia is appropriate.
Bless you.
And as such, you know, Dave really wants to get back to his cutter for some reason. Maybe because he likes the
I want to get back
on
to my cutter too, but I have a couple ships in Colonia.
1.6 billion credits to have it shipped.
How long would it take to get there?
About a month, I think.
Yeah, it was like a month or something. It was something ridiculous like that. It was like a month. It had like 1 billion credits to like transfer. It's like, at that point, like I might as well just go pick it up myself. It'll take me like a month to get back here with like the 5 light year jump range that it has.
I'll take the Hurt Highway.
Scanner mode.
Right away.
Hurt Highway.
I mean, I made the trip to Colonia in the Opus, so it's not like
Right?
It's not like it's impossible to get back.
Do they call it that because you're like as you jump in your cutter, you're like hurting as your paint job like chips off?
The Hurt Highway is a neutron highway, neutron star highway that was identified in between the bubble and Colonia. It's runs along the bottom side of the galactic disk, and it makes an almost uninterrupted chain of neutron stars between the bubble and Colonia.
So awesome. But then, while the cutters are jumping there, they're watching their paint chip off, and they're like, no.
It's called the Hurt Highway because of what it does to your FSD.
Yeah, makes your FSD hurt real bad. I just grabbed 2 neutron stars. Actually, I haven't seen many of them out here. I have not run into many neutrons. How about you guys?
You're gonna start seeing more of them as we get closer into the core.
Also, don't forget there has been the whole issue of we've got to make sure that every time, even when we plot the route, you have to go in and recalculate and reset the fastest route and things because of their main.
Yeah, and jet cone boosts.
That's true. Elite Dangerous is not a perfect world right now.
Because Frontier still hasn't fixed that particular bug.
Frontier, we know you're working on it, buds. We know you are. I feel bad for those developers, man. Because I feel like you don't make a game like Elite Dangerous unless you love it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like do you really think a lot of people at a lot of devs at Frontier are there because they're just like making a paycheck? You know what I mean?
Yeah, actually I do.
You think so? You think a lot of them are just like
tell me you wouldn't take a job at any place that offered you a paycheck right now to write software?
To be honest, I would not do EA. I would not do Blizzard as well because
So EA and Blizzard notwithstanding, okay? So Frontier is clearly not EA or Blizzard.
I don't know what else you want from me, man. Like, I wouldn't... Based on just
Tell me that you wouldn't take a job for any place that offered you a job writing software right now, no matter what the project was.
But I like writing software. I really like it.
It's one of that right there is what I'm talking about. Okay,
but that's what I'm saying.
You said, are these guys you think working for Frontier doing it because it's a paycheck? Yes,
restaurant.
It's a paycheck.
Restaurant was something I was doing because it was a paycheck. Like I did not like working there, but they were cutting me a paycheck that wasn't $8 an hour.
Yeah.
And that's the whole reason I was there. I don't think that people like go to college and get out because they're like, I guess I'll just be a software dev or whatever. You know, I can't fucking I can't do anything else, so I guess I'll fucking No, you can't convince me that because I am struggling so hard to just get into that fucking trade. Like if there were a bunch of people that were just fucking doing that to get a paycheck, write me. I will take your job. I will trade you. You can do what I do. I will do what you do happily. Fucking no. Nuh-uh. I don't think that there are people that fucking like went there and fucking went to college and did all of that shit so they could be unhappy with what they're doing. Like I think that they went to college and went through all of that shit so they could be
did that.
They could feel like that the shit that they were doing was meaningful.
Yeah. There are a lot of people with college degrees working jobs that it turns out they hate.
But not design degrees, though.
Sure.
Not design degrees.
Sure.
And not music degrees either.
Yes.
There was literally a post on one of the fucking code boot camps like, are you ready to make the change from musician to programmer? I was like, yes. Yes, that's me. That's me. I thought music would be a great job, and then I was like,
something that
the music industry is garbage. Music.
One of my professors or even private instructors had told me at one point is, like, when you go to apply to a lot of these places, when they say that they want to see you have a degree, they don't care what the degree is in. They just want to see a bachelor's degree.
Oh, so shit, I could get a bachelor's degree in, like, I don't know, game design and fucking...
So that brings me
Amazon
back to
would
the
pick
point
me up?
that I made earlier when we were talking before the stream, right? What they want to see is somebody who can commit to something and then complete it.
Because the jobs that have shut me down so far have literally said, you do not have a bachelor's degree in computer science, and your graduation date is not upcoming. We will not hire you.
Gathering information.
Like,
cartography has
I can't imagine if my bachelor's degree was in business, or like I feel bad because Brandon has straight gotten out of college for business, and he is having the hardest time finding anything related to his degree that he can work in. Because all of those places want experience in business management. And that is something that you cannot get in fucking college, unless you have started your own business during college and manage your own business. Which is weird because he totally has done that. But I mean, we weren't a successful business, but he did manage it, technically. So, I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird, shitty fucking place out there.
Knack, you going to bed, buddy?
I'm shutting it down.
Yeah, you get some rest, man. Like,
Yeah, go sleep off the headache.
And
Yep.
looks like we're about to be shutting it down too, but I hope you have a wonderful night, Knack.
Yeah, like I said, I'm taking several days off around my birthday, so maybe I can get caught up on some sleep and rest and shit then.
I tell you what, man. You know, for your birthday, we'll send you some fish in an unrefrigerated box.
Scanner mode.
Okay, go.
Thanks. I'll
I
send
want
you a
to.
grumpy.
well, it's like, and inside there with that fish, he'll also send you some a case of Corona.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll send him a grumpy.
Leaving system.
I want a
Getting-
serious poll on that. I want to know how many game developers in specific are out there hating their fucking jobs, like just tired of fucking doing what they do, you know,
I bet
tired of
you
the
there's-
crunch time. How much? Like what?
The
but
eternal crunch.
show me the money. Show me the numbers. Show me the
Completing system
statisticals.
scan for cartography.
Show me
I'll
that.
see you guys later.
All right, you have a good night, man.
Night, Knack.
Good night.
We can never get, VG off of this soapbox.
Nope, never. I live on a soapbox. That's why I'm 6'6". At least 3 inches of that. At least 6 inches of that. On average. Is soapbox. Scanner mode.
Right away, Commander.
I don't know, because for me that's goal number 1. Like I've wanted to be working in anything computing since I was like fucking small. And then, later on in life I determined that like, oh yeah, I love computers. I hate customers. I hate dealing with people who don't know about what the fuck we're doing here.
This coming from the guy who can't remember to install his Python project requirements.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But like, my goal sort of has, when I like even going through high school and stuff, was always more geared towards like music education and stuff. And I've seen like a number of people who, they graduated before I have. I've started before them, and they've gotten those music education degrees, and then they went on to do jobs in banking and other things because they found that they just didn't like it.
Because the music industry is a shitty fucking stupid industry. Like it's
Not even the
fucking
music
practically
industry,
worthless. Like
just
the entire industry is
education.
garbage. I'm sorry, but like it's got a shitty fucking platform that's non-sustainable, and the minute that another fucking platform comes up, namely Spotify, that is doing it way fucking better, everybody pitches a fucking fit. And it's like yes, your entire fucking industry is hemorrhaging money right now. Why the fuck do you think that is? Why the fuck do you think that is?
With that, Mark.
But it does though. Like the end result is the reason that people are there and doing that shit in college. They are not there for the sheer purpose of being in college.
Can you let the poor guy get a word in edgewise?
Yeah, you want to go on the
Scanner
soapbox?
mode.
Let me explain.
Making it
please.
so.
Go on.
No, the point is they want to get to the experience of listening to all this great music being performed, but the education aspect brings it down. So they wanted to be in front of a band. It just turns out that there's a lot more work involved, and there's a lot more committee involved than they wanted to do. So they decided to move into something else, and they lost their love of music.
I feel like you're calling me out on this one, which wasn't really the same, because I wanted to be a band director, and then I realized I didn't have the patience with children in specific. Like, I am nervous around other people's kids.
Yeah, this is nothing to do with children. This is the process of doing the education stuff.
Which has to do with kids and people who tend to be younger than you.
Not the children.
Unless you have like a PhD,
in front
like
of you. Your bosses, the principals.
Or if you're like Ramirez and working in the symphony would be investors or something. Record labels.
Well,
I don't know
at
how
this
they
point,
make their money.
He's now
to be
doing,
honest.
you know, but I mean, he works as a professor anyway, so he still works for school and stuff.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like he
I
has a
feel
lot
like
more
most of them
autonomy
do.
at the higher education levels.
Right.
But the whole point is just like, you know, you
Vectors.
don't really get that, especially not in public schools.
Hyperspace velocity reached.
So like they lost their love of music and they decided to go into other fields.
Yeah, that music industry will absolutely fucking crush you.
All integrity.
Like unless you're in
limits.
education,
All other
like where
systems
there's
now at
kind of a
normal
path
levels.
there's nothing else for you, man. It's a
Scanning.
fucking wasteland out there. And it's a wasteland of shit that you do not want to fucking deal with. Like, it is mostly business oriented, it is fucking red tape, it's just awful. It is just awful. Unless you're one of those lucky bands that fucking made a name for themselves in the underground, like NoFX or Rancid or you know, Bad Religion, who came up with this wonderful
And how
indie label.
hard did they have to work to do that, though?
Fucking very hard, of course. But they were the lucky ones, you know?
Landing gear.
And they had to have been the lucky ones because otherwise, you know, Kurt Cobain would have had a successful label, you know? Scanner mode.
Acknowledged, Commander.
Not to say that he wasn't one of the lucky ones, because, like, definitely getting noticed by a major label and actually getting, like, you know, some of these corporate scumbags to put some money into you, like, that's lucky. That takes some luck. It really does. I remember our manager used to say, like, you got a 1 in a billion shot out there. Like, it doesn't matter, like, who you are, or how good you are, or even, like, the quality of your music at the end of the day. It matters, like, is your product fucking marketable? And that's all that fucking matters in that industry. It's like, this is not a music industry, it is a marketing industry. And that shows. I can definitely see that. Do we have any landable terraformables? Anything at all? Okay, no we don't. But that's okay. Do we have any good surface stuff? Whew, none, and none. Let's go with the most interesting one out of the bunch here. I know I need to find a... Well, maybe I'm not going to find a landing zone tonight. You know what? I'm just going to make some more jumps. I'm really happy to get to Sag A-Star in this case. Everybody's really quiet.
Concentrating on landing.
That mode?
Course adjustment.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do a surface landing this time. I think I'm just gonna call it wherever I wind up.
Ooh, cadmium.
Woo!
Scanning.
Nine bodies. Star real quick. Scanner mode.
Okay.
So why don't you finish your music degree? You always struck me as the person who would be a music educator.
Same reason why you haven't finished your degree.
Money.
I just don't have the money for it.
Yeah. It's fair.
Ooh. Oh, finally some interesting terrain.
I will definitely...
You need,
Go ahead.
you need to see this.
Popping over.
So this is one of the community's biggest complaints about Odyssey, is that the new planetary tech tended to smooth out planets and make these really deep canyons go away. I'm gonna say that fixed.
Yep, fixed. Fixed. One thing I would like to see personally, caves. I think caves would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
Now that we have,
Planetary Tech Engine is not capable of that just yet.
yeah, I know. We'd wind up with like cliff that you can no longer get back to your ship at all. Like it can't land or anything because now you're underground, right? Recalling the SRV would be a kind of cool feature for that, though. Come on, recall the SRV into a cave, and then you use the SRV to get out real quick or something. I don't know. I would just like to see more subterranean stuff happen. I think it'd be cool. No Man's Sky does it pretty cool, but of course, No Man's Sky is No Man's Sky. And y'all know what we think about No Man's Sky on this stream, right, guys? What do we think?
I mean, what we think about it is at least it's not Star Citizen. It's not vaporware.
Yeah, that's what we think about it, right, Bob?
You want to know what I think of No Man's Sky?
What do you think of No Man's Sky? What is your opinion on No Man's Sky?
I think it's focused far too much on inventory management. If I wanted that kind of gameplay, I'd be playing Minecraft.
Okay, yeah. Minecraft was very inventory management. Yeah, that's very fair. Or
Okay, so
most modern MMOs. Banner mode.
Affirmative, Commander.
Huh. Maybe kind of cold.
That's what.
Yeah,
she
unsafe temperature of 88 Kelvin.
Oh yeah, that's a little cold.
A little bit.
Had to pull up my lapels a little bit on my jacket. We'll cover the SRV.
He's got those big ass Gudamaya lapels too. You know the ones. We've all played Final Fantasy here. They're like. Oh come on! I finally made the fucking Final Fantasy collar joke and nobody jumped on. Bob, come on! I know you've got a jacket back there that has fucking like this thing going on, except it's like up to the top of your head.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know, Final Fantasy always has that that way of having the giant collars on things and the.
Nope.
Yep. Guess I'll have to pull some reference images for you folks who haven't played as much Final Fantasy as me.
Yeah, besides, Bob stopped after 6. There was no point.
Yeah, there wasn't a point after 6.
Reached a peak.
I mean, I definitely don't replay.
No need. He doesn't do Onionhead, so he still has those memories.
Yep.
See, I forgot what those games are like because I do Onionhead.
– 111 Kelvin. So, I am glad that Frontier fixed the collision detection.
Wait, what collision detection?
Like with your ship.
No,
I'm talking about when you're on foot.
On foot, standing on top of your ship somehow. How the fuck did you get up there?
Just jumped up.
What? You just jumped up to the top of your ship.
Yeah.
I mean, it is not a very big ship.
Wonder if I could jump up to the top of my ship. I want to jump up on
No.
my ship.
Even with as tall as you
Yeah.
are.
I'm still trying it. Wait, no, I guess I'm not because we're already at
Right,
2101.
let's hop up here and then come up here and hop up here.
Hey, it's 2101 my time. War was beginning. No? No? Nobody? 2101? War was beginning?
So, sounds like time to wrap it up.
Yeah, it is time to wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Let me get a good view of my ship here because we got to get a nice little. That's good. I like that one right there. Wait, let's
maybe I actually switch back to your view.
Bam, right there. I'm gonna go ahead and capture a high resolution screenshot right there with the galactic plane in view. I think this is looking pretty cool. Well, everybody, I guess that is all the time that we have for today. I will see you all next time, and until then, I hope that you will come back and visit us next week for another episode of Deep Space Transmissions next Saturday.
Both of you.
All two of you, who are probably just Dave and Bob, and anybody who may be watching later on, if you would subject yourself to that.
Bots too.
Yeah, bots as well. If you're a bot, please be sure to come back and help out my viewership. I know machine learning algorithms have at least given you the ability to understand what I'm saying right now. So, hope you'll enjoy. I hope you've enjoyed the show, and I hope that you'll come back and join us next week for another episode of Deep Space Transmissions that takes place every Saturday, 6 to 9 p.m. Central Time, here on the VG Punks channel. Otherwise, be sure to come and visit us for tomorrow's D&D stream that I have yet to plan. But hey, how better to plan a D&D campaign than 30 minutes before we actually go down and start? So be sure to join us tomorrow for New Delancia. That happens 5 to 7 p.m. Central Time on this very channel. Other than that, I am VG Punks, the video game punk.
Commander Taylor-MadeAK.
Commander S.A. Icon Jr.
And we are signing off. Keep a song in your heart. 07.
07, y'all.
7.